The following is a production of the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. It's time for Friday Night Football with your Fairfield Trojans. Now streaming on the Ottumwa Radio YouTube channel. Now, let's head to the field with the voice of your Fairfield Trojans, Lee Muntz.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fairfield High School football, wrapping up the regular season of 2025. And a very simple one potential playoff situation. We'll talk about that as we get into the broadcast here tonight. And Ellis Kojo will be talking to Fairfield head football coach Matt Jones here in just a couple of minutes. But let me first of all start with our outstanding group of sponsors that are bringing you Trojan football in 2025. Leo's Pizza and Grill on Burlington Avenue, just west of the corner of 6th and Burlington. They bring you the halftime recap each week during the Fairfield High School football games. Wiener Funeral and Crematory on South Main in Fairfield, Scott and Rachel Brown, and they sponsor the halftime show. Finney Auto Body of Fairfield, they take the dents out of accidents. Packwood Locker and Meats in Packwood. Visit them at packwoodlockerandmeats.com. Family First Chiropractic, West 2nd Street in Ottumwa, an elevated level of holistic care available for the entire family. They use multiple chiropractic techniques and physiotherapy. They want to ensure you receive the best results as quickly as possible. Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa, serving Fairfield, Ottumwa, and the surrounding area, 24/7 emergency service. That does include holidays and weekends, 24/7 fast, friendly, professional service. Roto-Rooter, that's the name. Brandon Taglier, your Beck's seed dealer, serving Southeast Iowa. You can give him a call, 919-7526, or check him out on Facebook. Lisco, your experts for fiber optic. Give Lisco a call in Fairfield, 641-209-5400. Jefferson County Health Center, cares you can count on. That's what they do. Cranston Family Funeral Home, Fairfield and Keosauqua. Jeremy Cranston out there serving with Monument Sales, Irish Ridge Cremation, CranstonFamilyFuneralHome.com, the website for their services. Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield. Visit SouthernIowaRM.com. Start and close your day with a door from Straight Up Doors or Livewire Electric for all your electrical needs, so they can hook up the electric for that garage door. But they serve Fairfield and the surrounding area. Livewire Electric, Straight Up Doors, West Grimes in Fairfield. Smithburg Automotive Vehicle Maintenance, that's on South 23rd Street. The rental and vehicle sales are located just east of Casey's West on West Burlington. And they officially are on that cross street that their storefront faces, if you will. In fact, I'm just hearing an ad for them during the Pekin broadcast of Panther playoff football tonight, hosting Earlham. 472-2831, the number to call. And they also have Smitty's Auto and Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield, at the end of West Grimes. Fairfield Dental Clinic, West Adams in Fairfield. They have two professional dentists to take care of all your dental needs. And Community First Credit Union, because together is better. Check them out at cfirstcreditunion.com. We're with you tonight on the Ottumwa YouTube channel, Ottumwa Radio YouTube channel, and Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. And we've got that Pekin playoff game is available on 101.5 FM. I'm not sure if they're doing video on that game tonight. No, they are, so you can watch that game. I'm listening to it as I talk to you here this evening. Pekin kicked off but recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff, so a bonus there. They will get the ball to start the third quarter, and they, in essence, start the game with the possession right away thanks to Earlham fumbling the opening kickoff. So that's going on right now on Tom Stone Field up at Pekin High School. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with Ellis Kojo talking to Fairfield High School football coach Matt Jones about this game tonight, and they'll mention the playoff possibilities. Like I say, one situation is very simple. If Fairfield wins tonight over Mount Pleasant and Keokuk would beat Washington, Fairfield is going to go to the Class 3A playoffs as the runner-up behind Solon in this Class 3A district. Now, if Fairfield wins and Washington wins, then it goes to the RPI, which is a little more convoluted. Fairfield would need to win by double digits to realistically have a shot in that scenario. But the one thing about it, there's only like a 17-point maximum on a point spread. So once you get to 17, anything above that. So like when Solon scored 77, that still only counted as minus 17 against Fairfield. But just, like I say, it's real simple for Trojan fans. Root for Fairfield tonight, root for Keokuk at home over Washington. If those two things happen, the Trojans will be in the playoffs coming up next week. But more on that as we get into the football game tonight with the rival Panthers. And as Ellis mentions, War on 34, the label he's applied to this high school matchup tonight between the Panthers and the Trojans. Speaking of Ellis, we'll have him on the way with Coach Jones in 3 minutes as our pregame continues on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at any C First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
Dr. Matt here, looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic, complete dental care for your entire family, your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive Lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard. For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit SouthernIowaRM.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
Planning for 2026, smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
Coming up later tonight is the regular season finale for Fairfield football, and they'll be taking on Mount Pleasant in the latest edition of the War on 34. Joining us is Fairfield head coach Matt Jones. Good to talk to you again, Coach. How are you this morning? You still there, Coach?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
gotcha.
I am.
Okay, gotcha. All right, much clearer now. First of all, there is so much to be decided in this game. Obviously, you still are mathematically still alive for playoff consideration, and there's all types of scenarios where you get in or don't get in. What do you know about the chances of you, or I guess, what do you know about the scenarios in which you can get into the playoffs?
Well, I've really kind of focused on doing what we can control what we can control. We control our, attitude and effort, our preparation against Mount Pleasant. I know Keokuk and Washington are playing. That has implications. If Keokuk wins, that helps us. If we are able to take care of business and do our thing, But if Washington wins, then we get this, and then if we win, we get this crazy three-way tie where we're looking at points and all this kind of stuff. So we think we have a good handle on it and everything. But bottom line is we got to prepare the guys the best that we can, and the boys got to go out there and not worry so much about the P word, the playoff word, and they just got to focus down to down and take care of what they can control. And either way, hopefully they'll feel good about it when it's all said and done.
You really don't have to tell the boys much going into this game because it's the final game of the season potentially for you. So it's pretty much you got to lay it all out there.
Absolutely. We told the seniors last night, you guys have 4 guaranteed quarters of football left, and within those quarters, you're going to have a certain amount of plays. We just cannot let a play go, and all those other young men who are out there with them just need to fight like crazy on every single play, and do it for the seniors because just like us in life, time goes so fast. Those seniors were freshmen 4 short years ago, and all these kids have to just come together and understand, hey, if you're a little sore or a little tired, it's not just about me here. I got these seniors who they're playing possibly their last football game ever. So let's go do it.
Coach, talk to me about the rivalry. I've heard a lot of rivalry names, but the War on 34 is right up there on top of it. So talk about the rivalry between Fairfield and Mount Pleasant.
Well, yeah. Obviously we're close together. Only 25 minutes apart, and we really play each other in everything. And a lot of the parents work with the parents. The farmers, they might go to meetings with each other and do all sorts of different things with Jefferson County, Henry County farmers, and it's just a heck of a unique thing. I mean, it's in the DNA of the kids. Really, you're Fairfield, you want to be Mount Pleasant. You're Mount Pleasant, you want to be Fairfield, and I respect their coaching staff. I get along so good with their head coach and a lot of those other coaches over there. They're a lot like we are, but they're wearing maroon and we're wearing orange and black. So, good people, but we sure as heck want to give them our best shot and do the best that we can to make it a rough night for them for sure.
Speaking of being mirror images, both of you, meaning Fairfield and Mount Pleasant, love to get it done on the ground. And I think it's going to, and I'm sure you can agree with me, whoever can establish a ground game first in this game probably has a great chance of winning it.
Yeah, we want to control the line of scrimmage. I know they do too. Most of their damage done in games when they're playing well is through the ground game. They want to run it, and they can do it. They got a nice line. We're going to have to be ready to roll. We're going to have to do a great job with leverage and pad level and with getting off blocks and running the football. And our kids have been doing a better job of that here as of late, so that's encouraging. So we're going to have even a better effort here, obviously tonight. And we're going to have to do a great job on the offensive line and tight end spots and really get off on the count together and do the right thing in the backfield as well. So. That's a challenge because they're big and physical. I mean, there's no doubt. But we just got to keep hammering away and do the right thing on the line of scrimmage, and good things will happen.
You mentioned how the ground game has been successful recently, and you're absolutely right. In your last 2 games between against Keokuk and Fort Madison, both of them wins. You've been able to rack up the yards rushing wise. So, what's been the key to you really getting that ground game going, especially over the last 2 games?
Well, boys are gaining so much confidence, and that's helped them. Obviously, they're piling up some yards, but they're getting some wins, and they're. It's such a team game, and the way we play offense is everybody has to do their job, and there can't be one guy taking the play off. Everybody's got to do it. And, it starts up front, obviously, but these running backs, our backs have to block for each other. They got to be able to carry out a fake. They got to do a great job with all that, and it all comes together, and when it does, it's a beautiful thing. So we're just hoping that we can keep on doing the right thing up front. Let's get off on the count. Let's win the leverage battle and never stop our feet.
Ethan Bisgard is 53 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. Talk about the season he's having and how important he is to your team.
Bisgard is just extremely he's extremely detailed. He's extremely motivated. He's dynamic. He has amazing quickness. He can jump. He's explosive. He has great hand-eye coordination. He's also a worker. He shows up every day. He wants to get better. You know, he does a great job with his preparation and his focus. I mean, he's on huddle watching film. He knows football. He thinks, you know, he kind of coach out there on the field a little bit, you know, as far as being smart. Like when we were trying to melt the game away against Keokuk, you know, ball security, and we're snapping the ball, you know, late, and he was kind of a leader with all that stuff with the guys. He just, you know, he's a smart kid too, and he's got a lot going for him. And you know, we run him uniquely. We can throw him the ball as well, and his yards per carry. Is it 12 yards per carry? I haven't looked in stats in a little bit, but I know it's pretty impressive. So yeah, he does a great job. And then defensively, kid that really helps us on the edge. I mean, he really tries to, you know, set the edge. We blitz him every once in a while, and he does a nice job for us. So just a fun kid to coach.
You're absolutely right. You're right on the dot, Coach. I'm looking at the stats now. It is 12 yards per carry Ethan Bisgard is averaging on the ground. Plus, he's averaging 13.5 yards a catch, so he's a very valuable asset for you in the air as well. It seems like this entire season, Coach, you've been at times you've had to deal with injuries, and you kind of had to fashion your roster with a little bit of glue, a little bit of duct tape in order to keep the guys together. Health-wise, how are you looking heading into the regular season finale?
Well, we're better than we were last week, but not by much. I think the guys just, you know, and else we talked last week. We thought that we had 12 guys. We had 12 healthy varsity guys last week, and we still have 12. But I think those 12 feel a little bit better. That's good. We kind of asked them to rate how they're feeling, and they were feeling much better as a holistic wellness type check the other day. So that's good. But yeah, we don't have a lot of depth, and I'm so proud of our younger kids that we asked to play, and they're ready, willing, and able. I mean, sophomores, freshmen, you know, guys just willing to do it. We don't have a lot of numbers, but the guys we have are dedicated, tough guys that are willing to do whatever it takes for Fairfield Trojans.
What's it been like, those 12 guys that have hung with you this entire season? And I know you ask a lot out of them, but what's it been like coaching them this season?
Well, I told them last night, our freshmen haven't had a normal freshman season. Now, they're winning games. They are gaining confidence, and they're winning games. And so I think the freshmen maybe won one game as 8th graders, and now they totally have a winning record on the young guy side of it. But, you know, a lot of times freshmen at our level, Ellis, they stay together, they practice together, they work on the offense and the defense. Now, our freshmen are having to run scout team offense and scout team defense, and that is hard. That's hard for a young kid because going up against an older kid who's way more developed, and that's tough. But I'm so proud of the parents of these kids and the kids themselves for sticking it out because, you know, all these kids need encouragement from their moms and dads. They need, they really need that. And that's important, and I'm proud of these kids for sticking it out, being freshmen, coming to practice, showing up, and running scout team offensive line or scout team quarterback. And you know, we have guys who are willing and able to do that, and that's tough. So yeah, we really need to grow the numbers. We really need to get kids excited. But at the end of the day, too, in football, you got to really want to be there. It's a tough grind, and you really want to kind of put it on and do the right thing. And it's a tough thing. So I'm so proud of this group of kids that we have. It's probably one of the most satisfying years. This is even going back when we went to the semifinals in 8-man football when I was in my second year coaching. So I'm really proud of this group.
Coach, I want to wish you best of luck against Mount Pleasant. You will be at home, so hopefully you have a big home crowd waiting for you when you come out the tunnel at Fairfield. But thank you so much for joining us as always, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks so much, Alice. Appreciate talking to you every week.
If you're tired of dropped calls and slow internet, we're here to help. Lisco's the future of fast, reliable communication. Never miss a beat with streaming, gaming, or video calls, whether you're working, playing, or just staying connected. Lisco brings you lightning fast speeds, crystal clear calls, and unbeatable reliability. Switch today and experience the difference. Call me, Samantha, your Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at any C First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
We care. At Jefferson County Health Center, it's the little things that make a big difference. We believe every patient deserves to feel safe and comforted, no matter what brings them here. We strive to turn fear into comfort. We are committed to ensuring every patient feels informed, supported, and truly cared for.
Jefferson County Health Center, care you can count on. It's what we do.
Dr. Matt here. Looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic. Complete dental care for your entire family. Your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
This is Miss Bonnie at Packwood Locker and Meats of Packwood. Packwood Locker and Meats brings farm fresh to your table. Beefy with boldness, porky with perfection, fresh off the farm and into your kitchen. We know how to make every meal a masterpiece. Trust the quality and savor the taste, because at Packwood Locker and Meats, fresh isn't just a promise, it's a guarantee. Now open for retail and pickup 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Visit PackwoodLockerandMeats.com for more information. Trust me, you can't beat Peyton's Meat, and we dare you to try.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Good news from up north at Tom Stone Field. The host Panthers of Pekin leading Earlham 14-0. Still 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter, so a good start for Pekin. I mentioned they recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff where Earlham had received and actually had a good return out to about the 40. Well, the Panthers got on the loose ball and took it right in for a score, held Earlham, and went down and scored again. And I believe Pekin has the ball back on offense across midfield, already up 14-0 with now 2:15 left in the first quarter. You can watch that game on the Atomo Radio Group YouTube channel and to hear the play-by-play of Mike Comstock from Pekin's Tom Stone Field, of course, named in honor of the Hall of Fame outstanding head coach and a friend of mine, Tom Stone. Did a great job, led Pekin to 3 state titles back-to-back in what was it, 80s, I believe, that we saw today. I know their last one was in 1998. That was, of course, an outstanding team that could have had back-to-back titles but lost in the championship game the year before. Let's go through some of the Fairfield stat leaders in Class 3A. Individually, Ethan Bisgard is first in rushing yards per carry, 12. Second in all-purpose yards, 1,411. Rushing punt yards per return, Fairfield is fifth, 23.3. Fairfield has 7 2-point conversions. That is leading Class 3A. Mount Pleasant does not have a 2-point conversion there. kicker Dylan White is 29 of 30 on PATs, 7 of 11 on field goals with a long of 43. So they've got a weapon anytime they're at the 25 on in. Basically, they're in his range for a field goal attempt during this game tonight. Zandrick Allison is tied for third in three-point conversions individually with 3, and Brady Weigel is also one of the others that's tied for third. So Zandrick and Brady each have 3 two-point conversions on the season. Team-wise, Fairfield is second in rushing yards, 2,451. First in yards per run, 7.7. They are first in two-point conversions with 16 as a team. Third in punt yards per return, 23.3. Second, I mentioned in rushing yards. They are fourth in rushing touchdowns, 29, and all-purpose yards, 3,574. That's fourth in Class 3A. Over on the Mount Pleasant side, they have Isaiah Lang, the sack leader, with 12.5 in Class 3A. Total tackles for loss, 17. That's from Isaiah Lang. That's third in Class 3A individually. Griffin Jones, kickoff returns, first, 418. That's total yards, kickoff return yards. Kickoff returns for touchdowns, he has 2. That's second in Class 3A. Dylan White, first in field goals made for Class 3A, 7, and attempts 11. Second in field goal percentage, almost 64%, and has the longest field goal in Class 3A with that 43-yard boot. As a team, they're second in sacks, 29. First in interception return yards, 245. First in kickoff returns for a touchdown. Oh, that's Dylan White, by the way. Oh, let's see, kickoff return. No, that's Griffin Jones. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, and that is, again, tied for first in Class 3A. Let's see, they have fourth in kickoff returns per return, 25.5. Fifth passing quarterback rating, 165.6 from their quarterback, Grayson Walker. So let's go ahead and take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more of our pregame show of Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with Straight Up Doors of Fairfield.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit southerniowarm.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time. Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive's lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard.
Planning for 2026? Smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
All right, back here at Trojan Stadium, high atop Pearl Smith Field. Lee Muntz with you, and A.J. Rowe, my on-site producer and director and camera operator as well, as we Appreciate Ottumwa Radio Group giving us the opportunity to bring you Trojan football, audio and video as much as possible. Audio only sometimes. Obviously, it was the case when we went to Fort Madison and to Washington this season. I believe Fairfield's going to receive the kickoff. They just met with the captains at center field. Colin, how you doing, buddy? Logan Smith, his dad, Colin, up here in the press box, as usual, checking in with the guys up here, making sure we're all behaving ourselves, as he is a member of the Van Buren County Sheriff's Department, although I think he's out of his jurisdiction up here. He was a former member of the Fairfield Police Department. 20-0 Pekin now, so Panthers have added a third touchdown. That one came early in the second quarter, and they're on to try the PAT. I'll let you know how that comes out here in just a second. And again, that's available audio and video on the Ottumwa Radio Group YouTube channel. And the extra point looks good from here, and it is 21-0 Pekin with 11:25 to go in the first half. So Panthers are rolling in their home football playoff game against Earlham up there at Tom Stone Field. Let's do the tail of the tape as far as stat leaders on the season for these two teams. I have to exit my Pekin football broadcast there. Let's start with the Fairfield Trojans offense. Voss Richardson is the quarterback, course 25 of 54, so just under 47%, 46.3%, 383 yards with 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Jackson Hollander is 1 of 4. Oh, Mount Pleasant just pooched the kickoff right to midfield, and it's recovered by Fairfield. They had 5 touchbacks on the season, but they tried to cross Fairfield up. Chase Countryman recovers an onside kick to start the game, so Mount Pleasant giving away very good field position to the Trojans. See if that comes back to haunt him. Fairfield will have the ball right at the 50-yard line to start the game. So let's go Voss and company. Center Christian Rasmussen. Beside him Hank Hansel, Calvin McLean. Outside of them are the tackles Axel Starr and Nolan Smith. The handoff to Ethan Bisgard. He goes up the middle for about 9-10 yards on the first down carry. Of course, tight ends Chase Countryman and Blake Burnett. Voss Richardson, the quarterback. Running backs are Zandrick Allison, Ethan Bisgard, and Brady Weigel. Voss comes over, gets the play from the sideline. It's a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1 Trojans on the Mount Pleasant 41-yard line. Just underway on a crisp Friday night for football. 1 week away from Halloween, the Trojans would love to be playing next Friday night in the playoff first round. Voss gets the snap, hands to Zandrick. He's got the first down and then some to about the Panther 35-yard line. So a couple of good runs to start the game by the Trojans. They're 1st and 10 on the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line. Mount Pleasant also ground-oriented, more so than most of the opponents Fairfield has faced this season. Voss again gets the play from Matt Jones. That offensive line, of course, with the running attack the Trojans run, you don't have to sustain blocks a long time. They're really good quick hitters. Here's the toss to Zandrick, trying to get outside right. He's inside the 30. Battles away for about 7-8 yards. So Trojans coming out with that good rushing attack. And we mentioned they're one of the best in the state. Yards per carry. As a team, they lead the state 7.7 yards per rush. And that was a 7-yard gain right there. Almost 8 per carry. You'd take that, obviously, anytime. 2nd and 3 on the Panther 33-yard line. Or check that, 28. Fairfield's at the 28 of the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Trying to get it down to that north end zone to start the game. Voss ready for the snap from Christian Rasmussen. Turns hands to Ethan Bisgard right at the middle. Got the first down. Down to about the Panther 20-yard line. So Trojans nearing the red zone on the opening possession of the night, thanks to Mount Pleasant going onside kick, recovered by Chase Countryman. I don't know if it was intentional, but might have just been trying to squib it. I'm going to mark that down just so I can remember. Chase Countryman with that key recovery at the 50-yard line. Christian Rasmussen comes up to the ball. Right behind under center is Voss Richardson. Voss hauling out the snaps. There's a false start. I saw one of the running backs, think it was Ethan, just kind of flinch. And that's going to back Fairfield up 5 yards. So the first speed bump on this opening possession. Back to the Panther 25-yard line will be 1st and 15. So the way Fairfield's been running the ball, 2 plays from a first down. Look at it that way. Voss again gets the play from Matt Jones directly rather than using a player to shuttle in the call. Voss ready for the snap. Turns, fakes, now hands it off to Brady Weigel on the counter play. Brady gets about half the yards needed. It'll create a second and I'd say about 6 or 7. Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 6, so good job. Gets 9 yards on that first down carry. It was 1st and 15. Fairfield's Ethan Bisgard closing in on 1,000 yards rushing. He needed 53 to start the game. 947 on 79 carries, 12 per rush. His longest being an 80-yard touchdown. Here's the handoff to Ethan, right at the middle. He's going to be close to the first down, around the 10-yard line. Like I said, when it was 1st and 15, we were 2 plays away from a first down. And it's going to be a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Ball just outside the Panther 10-yard line. In fact, it might be taking time out for a measurement. The officials stopped the clock with 8:27 left in the first quarter. The referee spotting it up from where the ball's at in the middle of the field, looks over at the chains. We had the chain gang up here enjoying some of the pizza and wings that Activities Director Jeff Courtright always provides on our final home game of the season. So thanks to Mr. C for that. AJ and I only had 1 bucket of wings each. No, not that many. All right, here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. Straight ahead with the quarterback sneak, the tush push. Voss easily has the first down. And it will be 1st and goal Trojans inside the Panther 10-yard line. So they've arrived in the red zone a couple of plays ago. Ball will be at the 9. So the 1st and goal from about as far away as you can get without it being 1st and 10. Got 4 plays to get it. Trojans are not the kind of team that's going to be looking at a field goal in this situation. Clock running here in the first quarter. Fairfield received the opening kickoff. Again, it was an onside kick by the Panthers and set Fairfield up at the 50-yard line. Voss turns, hands to Zandrick. Zandrick heading to end zone. He's got to about the 3-yard line on a good first down carry. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the Panther 3-yard line. It's right on the hash there in the middle where you would snap the ball on an extra point kick. So that's 3 yards away from the end zone. Fairfield going toward the north end of Pearl Smith Field here inside Trojan Stadium. Not much wind on this Friday night. 2nd and goal. Handoff to Zandrick. Think he's got it. Touchdown. Trojans. Touchdown Zandrick Allison. 6:56. Officials were slower than I was on the call. I thought he surely had enough to forward progress to get it. And the Trojans go 50 yards in just over 5 minutes. And they'll obviously go for 2 here. As they lead the state in 2-point conversions in Class 3A. Toss to Zandrick. He cuts into the end zone. 2 points. And we'll be back with the Trojan kickoff in a minute with Fairfield up 8-0 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
If you're tired of dropped calls and slow internet, we're here to help. Lisco's the future of fast, reliable communication. Never miss a beat with streaming, gaming, or video calls, whether you're working, playing, or just staying connected. Lisco brings you lightning fast speeds, crystal clear calls, and unbeatable reliability. Switch today and experience the difference. Call me, Samantha, your Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
Back here at Trojan Stadium, Caden Hazelwood, Zandrick Allison back to doing the kickoffs this week. Teeing the ball up on the south side of the 50 at the 40-yard line. See who's back deep for the Panthers. Number 4 and number 27. 4 is Jack Newman. 27 is Griffin Jones. Zandrick approaches the ball, kicks it deep. And it will be Jones on the return. Griffin Jones across the 20. Ethan Bisgard wrapped him up, and a good hit there by, couldn't tell if it was Axel Starr or maybe Aiden Huell. One of them put a lick on the ball, on the return man. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line for the Panthers, where they will have their first possession of the night. 6:51 left in the first quarter. So let's go defense. Mount Pleasant from their own 30. Quarterback is Grayson Walker. Top running back is Ramsey Davis. He'll be lined up to the right of Walker in the shotgun. They have slots on each side. Here's the handoff to Davis. Off right tackle. Zandrick Allison wrapped him up, but he'll get close to a 10-yard gain on the first carry for the Panthers tonight. Ramsey Davis on the season has 623 yards on 130 carries, almost 5 per run. He has a long of 50, 10 touchdowns on the season. Grayson Walker ready for the snap and shotgun. Gets it, hands to Davis. Ramsey Davis right up the middle. Gets about a 5-yard gain there. Christian Rasmussen, Blake Burnett. Christian slow to get up. He bounces up. And he's kind of hobbling just a little bit. They're going to take him out. Chase Countryman will come in for Christian Rasmussen, one of the many seniors honored before this game. Oh, it was actually the ball to the 41, so it is a first down for Mount Pleasant, 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Again, Grayson Walker, the quarterback. Deep shotgun, about 6 yards behind the line. Hands to Ramsey Davis again. Not as much this time. Good defense on that play by the Trojans. Calvin McLean led the way. Boss Richardson and Tucker Robertson also in on the stop. Only 1 yard on that gain. 2nd and 9, Panthers. They're on their own 47-yard line. As far as passing numbers for Walker, 66 of 105, almost 63%. 900 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He will run the ball occasionally, 50 carries for 95 yards. Second leading rusher is Griffin Jones, 257 on 62 carries. Or check that, Ryan Helling, 308 yards on 52 carries. Walker gets the snap, hands to Davis. He's bottled up again. Calvin McLean, Axel Starr, Christian Rasmussen right back in there. We have a flag in the middle of the pile. That's a holding area, and that's the call on the Panthers. Fairfield will take this penalty, even though you'd bring up 3rd and 9 if you decline the penalty, but you're going to back them up 10 yards in this situation, give them a second chance on 2nd down. This is going to put him back inside the 40-yard line to the 37. So it'll be second and long, right about 19 yards to go, maybe 20. So defense needs to come up with the play here. Let's check that Trojan defense. Leading tackler on the season is Ethan Bisgard with 58 total, 43 of them solo. Here's first pass attempt of the night by Walker is incomplete. Intended for number 12, Isaiah Lang. Tucker Robertson has 46 tackles, 35 of them solo. As far as interceptions are concerned, Fairfield has 5 as a team, 2 from Ethan Bisgard, 1 apiece, Voss Richardson, Jackson Hollander, and Brady Weigel. We've recovered a couple of fumbles, Axel Starr and Nolan Smith. Of course, Nolan had a long interception return taken away in the Centerville game earlier this season. Grayson Walker on 3rd and long. Looking right on the pass. Now he's going to scramble. Running to his left. He's past the line, so he'll be tackled. It'll be short of the first down. Ethan Bisgard will get him to the ground. Calvin McLean helped out, and it will be 4th and about 9 for the Panthers. Likely going to see their punter for the first time tonight. That is Merrick Lamb, 30.4 average on the season. Number 21 back there. Now, they ran a fake punt in the fresh soft game, which Mount Pleasant ended up winning in that half of football, 10-6. Fairfield led after getting a first quarter touchdown until late in the second quarter. So Merrick Lamb ready for the long snap. Comes to him. Puts the right foot to it. Ethan Bisgard says everybody get away, and it takes a Mount Pleasant bounce. Now Ethan he'll let it roll to about the 15-yard line where the Trojans will have it with 4:10 left in the first quarter. So Fairfield scored on their opening possession and forced a punt when Mount Pleasant took over. 1st and 10 from the 15. Second possession of the night. Let's chew up some clock and yards here and take this thing 85 yards for a touchdown. Or we're doing one play. We're not picky. Any way we can get it. Let's check in on that Pekin score. They're in a commercial right now on the Tomo Radio Group YouTube channel. Voss Richardson hands the ball off on the first down carry. Not much this time against the Panther defense. It's Brady Weigel on the carry. He'll get maybe 2 yards. That's the shortest run of the night. Actually going to spot it for a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and 9, Trojans on their own 16-yard line. Once again, my on-site producer and director, A.J. Rowe. He also does reporting on Jefferson County news and sports every weekday from 104.3 New Country, 104.3. 9 a.m., 1, 3, and 5 p.m. Here's the Voss Richardson handoff to Zandrick Allison. Zandrick into the secondary, makes a man miss, and he's on the way across the 45, the 50, 45, 40 of Mount Pleasant, 35, knocked out of bounds. First down, Trojans. Big run from Zandrick Allison from the 16, so 34 to midfield, plus, oh, we got a flag. Ah, darn it, it's coming back. So erase that from your memory banks. Going to be a hold on the Trojans, I'm betting. So great run by Zandrick Allison, but they said was aided by an illegal move. Holding on the Trojans. It was 2nd and 9. Now it's going to be 2nd and probably 17. I think it'll go half the distance to the goal from the 16-yard line. Ball goes back to the, should be inside the 10 based on half the goal, I thought. Yeah, it's going to be at the 9. Got to get to the 25, so it'll be 2nd and 16. All right, just do that play again and don't hold. Very, very easy from the Munster playbook. Ethan ready, or Voss ready for the snap. Hands to Ethan Bisgard. Ethan up the middle. Going to get the ball back across the 15, so it'll set up a Third down coming and around 9 yards to go. So it's like we threw an incomplete pass on 2nd and 16, or 2nd and 9, instead of having the holding penalty. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Trojans. Pekin is up 28-0. They're blasting Earlham. They could get to a 35-point running clock. And it's still 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Voss from the shotgun here on 3rd and 9. Zandrick Allison, the only running back behind him. Rolls to his left, now back to his right. Throws it downfield, got a man. It's a first down. Nice catch by Ethan Bisgard. On 3rd and 9. There's a flag in the backfield. Flag in the offensive backfield. Another, well, this is called an illegal block in the back, I think. So it's going to take away a second Trojan big play on this drive. Ethan did a great job of going up to catch that ball. Voss Richardson kept the play alive. He rolled to his left, then back to his right. Heard the guys in the press box saying run it, and then he tossed it long down the field. Went to about the Fairfield 40-yard line, but that first down is taken away. It's going to be back at the 9-yard line, so 3rd and 16. Looks more like 17, but they're going 16 on the scoreboard, so I'll stay with that. Voss handing it off up the middle. Not much running room this time. Ethan Bisgard on the carry. So 4th and 13, the Trojans will send out the punt team. Of course, Voss Richardson has typically been the punter, but they've used Calvin McLean at times. Looks like Voss is going to come off. So Mount Pleasant will be not real deep with their punt return man, number 4. That's Jack Newman. He does go about his Panther 41-yard line. Calvin gets the snap, gets the kick out of there. Caught by Newman. Spins away from one tackle. It's going to be first down, Mount Pleasant inside the Fairfield 35-yard line. So Panthers get their best field position of the opening quarter with a minute remaining. Mount Pleasant at the Fairfield 32-yard line, looks like, where they'll put the ball down. First quarter's been going fast. Both teams have run the ball quite a bit here in the opening frame. Trojans with the only points, an 8-0 lead. That 3-yard touchdown by Zandrick Allison. Quarterback Grayson Walker from the shotgun. Again, Ramsey Davis, his running back, just to the right, about a half step behind him. We have a flag fly, offside on the Trojans. Somebody went a little too early, so they'll get a 1st and 5 from the Fairfield 27-yard line. 2:35 left in the first half up at Pekin. Panthers leading 28-0. They've got the ball right about midfield. So trying to get it to the 35-point running clock by halftime. 1st and 5 Panthers. They're actually now at the Fairfield 26-yard line. That's more like a 6-yard penalty. Grayson Walker hands to the other running back, number 27. That's the second leading rusher, Griffin Jones. He'll get the first down to the Fairfield 18-yard line. So Panthers' first trip in the red zone tonight. Trying to counter the Fairfield opening touchdown tonight. Fairfield defense wants to come up with the play. Quarterback Grayson Walker for Mount Pleasant. Ready for the snap in shotgun. Hands to Griffin Jones. Goes straight ahead. Christian Rasmussen slowed him down, and then a couple other Trojans finish him off. Nolan Smith and Ethan Bisgard. Gain of 4, we'll call it, to the Fairfield 14-yard line. 2nd and 6, Mount Pleasant. Grayson Walker, by the way, the quarterback for the Panthers, just a sophomore. 5'11", 155. Second straight week we've faced a sophomore quarterback, and the first quarter is in the books. 8-0 Trojans. Back with the second quarter in a minute on the Atomo Radio Group YouTube channel.
Sometimes accidents happen, and when they do, trust Finney Auto Body, Southeast Iowa's collision center specialists for over 40 years. We fix your vehicle the right way. We handle everything from minor fender benders to major repairs. Quality workmanship you can trust because we stand behind our work with a lifetime warranty. Don't let unexpected damage from an accident ruin your travel plans. Get right back on the road like it never happened at Finney Auto Body in Fairfield. Expert collision repair when you need it most. Visit us at FinneyAutoBody.com. And here at Finney Auto Body, we support the Fairfield Trojans.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Back here at Trojan Stadium, it's a 2nd and 6 Mount Pleasant on the Fairfield 14-yard line. First play of the second quarter. Quarterback Grayson Walker from the shotgun. Griffin Jones, the running back this series, and he gets the handoff. Blake Burnett wrapped him up from behind. Will stop him short of the first down as it's outside the 10-yard line and a big third down coming up. Of course, the Panthers have an outstanding field goal kicker. He's had a 43-yarder this season, 7 of 11. I think that's the most made and most attempted in Class 3A as far as field goals are concerned. Everybody's looking around thinking I hit the deck and my chair went down. 3rd and 3. Walker hands it off. It's a first down and goal. Running back Ramsey Davis this time came in, and Ethan Bisgard made the tackle. Thank you, Ray. Brady Weigel in on that stop. First and goal, Panthers from the Fairfield 4-yard line. I decided standing up felt better on my ailing back. Looks like it's between the 3 and the 4, but first and goal. Grayson Walker gets the snap, hands it to Ramsey Davis. Fighting for the goal line, he makes it. So a 4-yard touchdown for the Panthers here early in the second quarter. 10:57 on the clock. So Mount Pleasant hits the pay dirt. 4-yard touchdown by Ramsey Davis. And they are going to go for 2, knowing that Fairfield does on all of their touchdowns. So trying to match that. Walker from the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands to Davis. He is short. Stop short, so no 2-point conversion. Trojans maintain an 8-6 lead. We'll be back with the Mount Pleasant kickoff in a minute on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at NEC First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
Halftime up at Tom Stone Field, Pekin High School. The host Panthers rolling over Earlham 28-0. So they didn't get to that 35-point running clock to start the second half, but certainly in command of that Class 1A or A? A, Class A playoff opener. Here's a squib kick going over toward the sideline and picked up. Well, they threw the flag. Ethan Bisgard picked it up, straddling the sideline. Actually, I thought Ethan picked it up before it went out of bounds, but his foot was out of bounds. So the ball will go to the 35-yard line. It was dangerous because it's a free ball, and it was going toward the sideline, so Fairfield was trying to let it go out of bounds to gain some yardage there. The official on the side here was talking to the Fairfield coaches on the sideline, and they do spot it at the 35-yard line, so 10:57 on the clock, just like it was on that Panther touchdown. So Fairfield gets it, 1st and 10 from their own 35. Voss Richardson, the quarterback, gets the snap, hands it off. Zandrick Allison on the carry. Bottled up after a short gain on the play. Call about 2, 2nd and 8. Now they're going to move it forward another yard, 2nd and 7. Fairfield from their own 38-yard line, leading 8-6 as each team got a touchdown on the board. Mount Pleasant's came early in the second quarter. Fairfield's came in the first quarter, about 5 minutes into the game. Boss ready for the snap. Hands it to Ethan Bisgard, straight up the middle. Ethan's got a first down. Gets it to the Trojan 48-yard line, so just 2 yards from being across center field, or midfield as it's called in high school and, well, football in general. Fairfield trying to grind that out tonight against the Panthers, and if Fairfield wins and Keokuk would beat Washington, Trojans are going to be in the playoffs. We know that for sure. Here's Voss handing to Zandrick Allison, tripped up as he falls to the 50-yard line. Actually going to spot him at the 49. So a gain of only 1, 2nd and 9. It's almost on plus side of the field. Half yard from being at midfield. Tucker Robertson that was in on that last offensive play. He sometimes comes in for one of the main 3 starting running backs. Of course, Brady Weigel, Zandrick Allison, Ethan Bisgard. Ethan needed 53 yards tonight to hit 1,000. Voss turns, hands to Ethan. He goes across midfield. Panthers are saying they recovered a fumble. I think the officials are saying Ethan was down, so no fumble. Ball just on the Mount Pleasant side of the 50. It'll be a 3rd and 8. Pretty good crowd over across the way. Came the 20-some miles to the west from Mount Pleasant. Why not? You got a team that's only lost once in the district last week against Solon, 35-0. What do we got here? Amanda and I are watching from Australia. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that's my long-distance viewers here tonight. Yeah, hi, guys. Hey, there's a handoff. Voss Richardson on the keeper. Got a first down inside the Panther 40-yard line. I was following the ball in the middle of the field, and the ball was outside of Voss Richardson. Another of those outstanding fakes by the Trojan quarterback. Fairfield 1st and 10 on the Mount Pleasant 39-yard line. Now we're pretty much in that plus territory where you think 4 downs to get a first down any time. Clock is running. Still over 8 minutes left in the first half. Trojans with the 2-point conversion lead, 8-6. Zandrick Allison scored the TD and that 2-point conversion. Here's the handoff. Nope, faked. Voss is rolling right. Tosses it incomplete. Intended for Tucker Robertson. Or check that, Brady Weigel, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10 from the Panther 39-yard line. Let's try to get a score from down at Keokuk on the Demons game against the Keokuk Chiefs. 2nd down and 10. Mid-Prairie is hosting a playoff football game tonight in Class 2A. Voss hands it off to Ethan right at the middle. He's just caught at the Panther 20-yard line. Almost squirted away from the would-be tackler. But making the tackle was number 33 for the Panthers. Asa Rose, touchdown saving tackle, but in the Panther red zone, Trojans are 1st and 10 from the Mount Pleasant 18-yard line. I believe that run would have put him over 1,000 had he gone all the way to the end zone. 1st and 10, though, Trojans. By the way, the last 1,000-yard rusher, I think, was Tristan Waugh for the Trojans, like 2018 or 19. Voss ready for the snap. Hands to Zandrick Allison. Zandrick is wrapped up for really no gain on the play. May squeeze out a yard, I guess. Trojans in the Mount Pleasant red zone. There will be no gain. 2nd and 10. Again, that offensive line for the Trojans. Center, Christian Rasmussen. To his right, Calvin McLean and Nolan Smith. To the left, Hank Konzel, Axel Starr. The tight ends, Blake Burnett on the right, Chase Countryman on the left. Voss. Now Fairfield's going to take a timeout here. Play clock is running down, so Fairfield will use a timeout. We'll use it with them in a minute. We'll be back with more Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive Lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard.
Dr. Matt here, looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic, complete dental care for your entire family, your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
All right, back with a 2nd and 10 play facing the Trojans with a lead of 8-6, and they're inside the Mount Pleasant red zone at the 18-yard line. Yeah, Tristan Waugh, 11:56 in 2018 was the last 1,000-yard rusher for Fairfield High School football. Voss turns, keeps the ball. Off to the right, he's inside the 10. And then was kind of flung around out of bounds. But no flag flies. Yeah, I think if he'd have gone to the ground, he would have drawn a half the distance of the goal penalty. But it will be just short of a first down. 3rd and 1 on the Mount Pleasant 9-yard line. Well, like I said, you got 2 shots to get it. Ball is 3rd and 1 at the 9. Big 3rd and 1 play for the Trojans. See if we can do the tush push quarterback sneak here. Voss under center, Christian Rasmussen. Hands to Zandrick. He's got the first down and then some. Inside the 5. 1st and goal, Trojans. Spotted about the 2 or 3 yard line. It'll be again right on that hash mark, I think, or just to the right of it. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 3. Initial Trojan touchdown was a 3-yard run by Zandrick Allison. See if he gets a second or if somebody else gets this one. Just want somebody on the Trojan side in one of those black uniforms to take it across that south goal line. Voss in behind center, Christian Rasmussen. Hands to Zandrick. He's hit in the backfield. It'll be 2nd and goal. Mount Pleasant got good penetration on that play. Ball's going to be spotted on the 3, it looks like, so no gain basically. Over halfway through the second quarter, fast-moving first half. Coming up at halftime, no interview. We'll be talking about cross-country and volleyball seasons ending this week at Fairfield High School, and then also about the seniors that were honored here at Trojan Stadium tonight, also the volleyball seniors. Tucker Robertson, the middle back in the backfield. Voss keeping it, trying to get outside to the left. Runs away from the would-be tackler. Gets a couple of, basically going to spot no gain. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3. So one of the rare times that Fairfield's not been able to get some positive yardage on a couple of runs. 3rd and goal. 3rd and 3 at the 3. Looks like Corbin Starr is checking into the huddle. That's the sophomore little brother of Axel Starr. Comes in for Chase Countryman at a tight end spot. He'll be on the left side. Voss tossing to Zandrick. Zandrick cuts it in. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, Zandrick Allison. 2nd of the game for Z. Fairfield uses over 5 minutes off the clock. 2nd 3-yard touchdown by Zandrick. And Fairfield, of course, going for 2 here. They already lead by 8 points. This would be a big 2-point conversion to put them up 2 scores. No score from Keokuk. There are zeros at the end of the first quarter. So defensive struggle down there at Keokuk. All right, Voss gets the snap. Toss to Ethan. Ethan cuts it in. Battling for the goal line. He got it. 2 points. Ethan Bisgard. 2-point run by Ethan. Trojans up by 10. 16-6. Back with the Fairfield kickoff in 1 minute as you watch and listen to Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit SouthernIowaRM.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
We care. At Jefferson County Health Center, it's the little things that make a big difference. We believe every patient deserves to feel safe and comforted, no matter what brings them here. We strive to turn fear into comfort. We are committed to ensuring every patient feels informed, supported, and truly cared for.
Jefferson County Health Center, care you can count on. It's what we do.
Back with the Zandrick Allison kickoff here from the north side of Pearl Smith Field in Trojan Stadium. Fairfield up by 10, 16-6. And like I said, used a lot of clock on that touchdown drive from 10:57 to 5:12. So it took over 5 minutes, over 5.5 minutes on a 65-yard touchdown drive. Zandrick ready to kick it off to the Panthers. Sends it down the middle of the field. Picked up by Griffin Jones. He has a big hole up the middle. Got it all the way across the 45 out near midfield. There's a flag down. It's out near the end of the play, so it's at the 44-yard line. So if that is an illegal block, it won't hurt the Panthers near as much as if it would have come about 25 yards further south. It is a block in the back by the Panthers, but only from the 44. But that's still better than them getting the ball nearly at midfield. I'll take them back to the 34-yard line where Mount Pleasant will start the next possession. 5:06 remaining in the first half. Trojans would love to get a stop here. And even if you don't score, be up by 10 at halftime. Mount Pleasant from their own 34 with sophomore quarterback Grayson Walker. Running back is Ramsey Davis. Off right tackle, tripped up by Blake Burnett. And there will be a gain of around 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. So Trojan defense wanting to stop them here. Again, we've got a couple of fumble recoveries and 5 interceptions for the Trojan takeaways this season. Grayson Walker ready for the snap in shotgun. Looks to throw on his right. Oh, and it's batted up. And winning the wrestling match was the Panthers on the catch. It will be enough for a first down. That ball was batted up and almost picked off. But the grab by Merrick Lamb, 6-foot junior. So the ball's on the Mount Pleasant 44. They do give them the first down. They said up here in the press box they moved the ball up a half a yard for the first down. We have a flag fly. It's false start on the Panthers. Had a few holding penalties in the first quarter. 2 in a row on the Trojans that nullified big plays by Fairfield. One a run by Zandrick Allison. The other a throw from Ross Richardson completed Ethan Bisgard. It'll set up 1st and 15 Mount Pleasant on their own 39-yard line. So they got the first down. Some of the people up here in the box thought it might be questionable, but they award it, so it counts. Walker fakes handoff, now throws to his left. Pass is caught. The top receiver, Brody Clark, makes the catch for the Panthers. See, Brody Clark on the season had 22 catches, 235 yards with 3 touchdowns. Second leading in catches, 15 and 252 yards, Caden Schott. So here it's going to be 2nd and 1. Handoff to Ramsey, or check that, Jones runs up the middle. Ethan Bisgard slowed him down, then finished off by Tucker Robertson and Jackson Hollander. But a Panther first down as they keep this drive going toward the north end of Trojan Stadium on Pearl Smith Field. First down on the Fairfield 31-yard line. We're under 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Each team with all 3 timeouts remaining. Grayson Walker, the ball's on the ground. Ramsey Davis able to dive on it. Then Blake Burnett fell on top of him. So Panthers will lose 2.5, 3 yards on the fumble play. Caught 2nd and 12 from the Fairfield 33-yard line. Defense needs to come up with a takeaway. Mount Pleasant's thinking they want to score before the half. Down 2 scores right now. 16-6 up here in Trojan Stadium. Here's handoff to Jones. He's met by Blake Burnett, and then a lot of Trojans come in to finish it off. Owen Adam, one of the players have been seeing a lot more and more varsity playing time as a freshman. Nolan Smith also there. No gain on the play. 3rd and 12 Panthers on the Fairfield 33-yard line. Now they're not too far from field goal range of Dylan White. He has a long of 43 yards. They need about 7 more yards, I think, to set that up. But 3rd and 12 right now. And, of course, a field goal would get him within 7. Grayson Walker gets the snap. Looking left, pumps. Now pulls it down, and he's going to be taken down. Christian Rasmussen will get the sack. Well, Mount Pleasant led Class 3A in sacks. Fairfield gets a big one here. It's going to set up a 4th and 14 or 15 to go. The ball is going to be at the Fairfield 36-yard line, 4th and 15. Now you're out of field goal range, and you're in plus territory inside the other team's 40, so you're going to go for it. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mount Pleasant calls a timeout before this 4th down play, and they will. We'll use it with them. Be back in a minute with more Fairfield football on the Atomo Radio Group YouTube channel.
Planning for 2026? Smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
If you're tired of dropped calls and slow internet, we're here to help. Lisco's the future of fast, reliable communication. Never miss a beat with streaming, gaming, or video calls, whether you're working, playing, or just staying connected. Lisco brings you lightning fast speeds, crystal clear calls, and unbeatable reliability. Switch today and experience the difference. Call me, Samantha, your Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
4th and 15. The pass in the air. Grayson Walker's pass batted down. Good D by Jackson Hollander on the intended receiver. Caden shot. No flags. Trojans take over on downs. Minute 25 to go. So a 4th and 15 pass breakup by Jackson Hollander. So Fairfield take care of the ball here. Might break a big play. You never know about the Trojans. Any spot on the field, you're one Ethan Bisgard, Zandrick Allison, Brady Weigel, big run away from scoring. Even Tucker Robertson up the middle. First down Trojans from their own 36. Fairfield did use a timeout earlier to avoid a delay of game, so each team has used one timeout, 2 remaining per side. Now it looks like we have a timeout called by somebody here. We'll keep it here. Let me mention all of our Trojan sponsors on this break for a first down play. Community First Credit Union, because together is better. Fairfield Dental Clinic, West Adams and Fairfield. Smithburg Automotive and Smitty's Auto and Recycling. Livewire Electric and Straight Up Doors, like Smitty's Recycling there on West Crime. Southern Iowa Ready Mix. Visit southerniowาร.com. Cranston Family Funeral Home, Fairfield and Kiss Aqua, and the Irish Ridge Cremation. Jefferson County Health Center, carriers you can count on. Let's go, your experts for fiber optic. Brandon Taglier, Beck's seed dealer. Roto-Rooter in Ottumwa, serving Fairfield, Ottumwa, and the surrounding area. Family First Chiropractic, West 2nd Street in Ottumwa, various forms of chiropractic care. Packwood Locker and Meats, visit them at packwoodlockerandmeats.com. Beaner Funeral and Crematory, 203 South Main. They'll bring you the halftime show in a matter of minutes. Finney Auto Body of Fairfield, they take the dents out of accidents. And our halftime recap brought to you by Leo's Pizza and Grill, Burlington Avenue, just west of 6th and Burlington. Thanks to all those Trojan football sponsors. All right, let's see what we do here. Voss hands off to Ethan Bisgard. Like I said, Ethan's one play away, and he's on his way. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. Touchdown, Ethan Bisgard. Welcome to the 1,000-yard club, Ethan Bisgard. That one definitely will do it. 64 yards with a minute 14 to go in the first half. The Trojans are up by 3 scores. Well, what did I say? We're one play away from the end zone. And Ethan does it on the first play from scrimmage. The bad news is we left Mount Pleasant 74 seconds. The good news is we could score again the way this first half has gone. All right, 2-point conversion coming up. Ethan Bisgard needed 53 yards on the night. He had several yards before that carry, and that one put him over the 1,000-yard mark. Here's a halfback pass for 2. And it's incomplete. I think it was Zandrick Allison on the pass, but nonetheless, Trojans are up by a score of 22-6. Back with the Fairfield kickoff in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at NEC First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
There's nothing quite like Friday night lights to bring a community together. This is Scott with Beaner Funeral Home in Fairfield, and we believe in the strength of a community. My wife Rachel and I grew up in Van Buren County and are proud to serve this community we call home. From monument sales, pre-planning, and creating unique celebrations of life, we invite you to experience the Beaner difference where we put families and community first. Beaner Funeral Home, serving Van Buren County and all of Southeast Iowa, and proud supporter of Van Buren County sports.
All right, back here at Trojan Stadium above Pearl Smith Field here in the Press Bill Strawhacker press box. Lee Muntz and my on-site producer and director and camera operator, A.J. Rowe. Trojans with a 16-point lead, 74 seconds left in the first half. Want to protect. I'd kick it out of bounds here. I'd give them the ball at the 35-yard line, not take a chance on their kickoff return man who has 2 touchdowns getting a long return. Zandrick will kick it down to Griffin Jones, so let's get that coverage here. And they get him down. Nice job. He was Mr. Hewell. Caden Hewell, 65 on the tackle. Panthers will have it with 1:08 to go in the first half. 2 timeouts. Mount Pleasant will be down by 2 scores here at halftime from their own 29-yard line. Grayson Walker, the sophomore quarterback, going to be throwing here, you would expect, certainly. Looks to his left, throws it to Brody Clark. Gets out of bounds. Will be close to a first down on the catch. He was the top receiver coming into the game for quarterback Grayson Walker. They give him 10 yards on it, so gain of 10. First down, Mount Pleasant on their own 39-yard line. 64 seconds left in the first half. Trojans leading 22-6. Walker gets the snap, looking right, pumps it. Now pulls it down. Christian Rasmussen will bring him down. Second sack of the night for Christian Rasmussen. And that sack will keep the clock running. We're under 1 minute 50 seconds counting down. 2nd and 11. The Trojan marching band, many of them in costumes, going to be performing at halftime. You'll be able to view that on Pearl Smith Field. They're not in any hurry-up mode here. 34 seconds. Walker gets the snap, looking left. Pass is picked by Brady Weigel. We have an official down. The back judge looks like got run over by somebody. But in the meantime, Trojans still have 29 seconds on the Brady Weigel pick right at midfield. 6th Trojan interception of the season. Nice pick by Brady, a diving grab. They're checking on that back judge. He says, I'm okay. Hey, one play, we could be in the end zone again. I'd look for Ethan Bisgard up the middle, although Mount Pleasant's surely going to be thinking that way too, so maybe go outside here. We've got 1 timeout left. Trojan student section is standing over to the Mount Pleasant side. Why so quiet? They are sitting pretty stunned on the east side of Trojan Stadium. Christian Rasmussen up to the ball. Tucker Roberts, or check that Owen Adam right now playing quarterback. Hands to Zandrick Allison, and he'll be taken to the turf. I don't see anybody calling a timeout, so I think we're going to let the clock run out. That is worrisome. Owen Adam in there at quarterback instead of Boss Richardson. So I'm not sure what the situation is. Clock's going to run out. So Boss got hurt after the second touchdown, been on the bench and left on the cart. So that's not what we want to see, but we do like seeing the Trojans leading 22-6 here at halftime. We'll be back in 3 minutes, get into the Beaner Funeral Home and Crematory halftime show as Trojans are in command at halfway through, trying to get themselves to postseason play on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Dr. Matt here. Looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic. Complete dental care for your entire family, your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive Lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit southerniowarm.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
Sometimes accidents happen, and when they do, trust Finney Auto Body, Southeast Iowa's collision center specialists for over 40 years. We fix your vehicle the right way. We handle everything from minor fender benders to major repairs. Quality workmanship you can trust because we stand behind our work with a lifetime warranty. Don't let unexpected damage from an accident ruin your travel plans. Get right back on the road like it never happened at Finney Auto Body in Fairfield. Expert collision repair when you need it most. Visit us at finneyAutobody.com. And here at Finney Auto Body, we support the Fairfield Trojans.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, back here at halftime. Good news from down south in Kilcuck. The Chiefs leading Washington 12-0. Trojans are up 22-6 here, but the big concern in our press box and our side of things is Voss Richardson. Not going to speculate on what the injury is, but he was taken to the hospital to be checked out. So Voss, we are praying for you, buddy. Not just because of what ramifications it has for the football team, but just him personally. We don't ever want to see anybody get hurt. That's one of the downsides. The biggest downside of football is the injuries. All right, let's do the first half recap brought to you by Leo's Pizza and Grill, located just west of 6th and Burlington on Burlington Avenue. Trojans got the opening kickoff, and it looked like a Mount Pleasant onside kick, whether it was intentional or not. Chase Countryman got the recovery right at midfield, and Fairfield used just about 5 minutes to get into the end zone. 6:56 to go in the first quarter. Zandrick Allison scored on a 3-yard touchdown run. And then Zandrick took in the 2-point conversion. Fairfield led 8-0. Mount Pleasant punted the ball. Fairfield got it at their own 15. They had to punt the ball, and Mount Pleasant took over at the Fairfield 32, and they were able to drive the 32-yard. Started with a minute to go in the first quarter. They scored 10:57 remaining in the first half. It was a 4-yard touchdown by Ramsey Davis. The 2-point run, that was a real key because they're a team that's 29-30 kicking PATs, but because Fairfield scored and got the 2-point conversion, they went for 2 and were stopped, 8-6 Fairfield. Trojans got the ball in their own 35 with 10:57 left in the first half. Scored about 5 minutes later. Let's see, 5:12 to go, so about 5.5 minutes taken off the clock. 3-yard touchdown run again by Zandrick Allison. Ethan Bisgard would take in the 2-point conversion. Fairfield led 16-6. Fairfield got the ball at their own 36. Minute 25 to go in the first half, leading by 10. And like I said, right before that play was run, Trojans were one big play away from taking it to the house. Well, they got it right on the next play. 64-yard, I put 54, 64-yard touchdown run by Ethan Bisgard. As I said, that put him over 1,000 on the season. He needed 53 yards coming into the night, and he had already gotten a few yards before that, but a 64-yard touchdown run. 2-point half-back pass was incomplete. Trojans lead 22-6, and that's where we stand at halftime. Brady Weigel got an interception to stop the last Mount Pleasant possession of the second quarter. So Ethan Bisgard becomes the first Fairfield High School running back to get over 1,000 yards since Tristan Wan, 2018. That was 1,156. Congratulations to Ethan. He'd be the first to say it's a result of the outstanding offense around him. From the offensive line to quarterback Voss Richardson, his running mates in the backfield, Zandrick Allison, Brady Weigel, and at times Tucker Robertson. Of course, earlier in the season, Spencer McCready. I'm listening to the Washington game. I think Washington might have just got a touchdown late in the first half. So Washington just scored. So it's 12-6 at this point. Keokuk is leading. If Fairfield wins this game and Keokuk would hold on to beat Washington, Fairfield will be the playoff qualifier as second behind Solon in this Class 3A district. So we're all pulling for Keokuk, especially former superintendent, or current superintendent up here, Zach Weigel. What were you down at Keokuk? Were you super down there? High school principal. So former principal at Keokuk, Zach Weigel, and former Keokuk native, birthplace for me. We're all saying go Chiefs tonight. They're saying there was a flag. Not sure what's going on. I think it's on the 2-point conversion. Anyway, all right, so we've had our halftime recap. We've had, we're going to mention the seniors. Well, let's recap the cross country. Earlham got on the board up at Pekin, 28-7 with a minute left in the third quarter, 1:08 in the third quarter. All right, so back to the other fall sports. Fairfield High School cross country season ended on Wednesday with the state qualifying meet up at Pella High School. Trojan girls were 9th in the team standings, 241. The boys were 11th with 314. Host Pella, perfect score on the girls' side, 15. The second-ranked boys won their title as well with 28, so not quite perfect like the girls. Fairfield was led by Alex Joe Stewart, 40th. Caroline Van Pelt, 47th. Naomi Steemsma, 50th. Anna McAvan, 64th. Kensley Fligg, 70th. And Bailey Belzer, 73rd. ADM was second in the girls' race, 92. Cedar Rapids Xavier third with 93. On the boys' side, Fairfield had Bryce Boatwright lead the way, 47th. Clay Cass was 59th. Clay followed by Elijah Hamilton, 61st. And then you had 73rd through 75th from Aaron Wellnitz, John Miller, and Jordan Miller. And Drew Myers was Fairfield's other runner, 77th in the boys' race over there at Pella. The girls' volleyball season ended Tuesday up at West Liberty, Class 3A Region 7. They had met at Williamsburg September 13th. Fairfield dropped a 3-set match where you're playing to 21. It was 14-21, then Fairfield wins 21-18. came up short 9-15. And this was a close match. Fairfield dropped the first set 22-25, the second set 16-25, third set 23-25, where Fairfield had leads of 9-3 and 16-9, but they couldn't hold off the Comets in that match on Tuesday night. West Liberty in that first set had trailed 20-18. They tied it at 21, and as I said, won 25-22. Senior setter Faith Jones handed out 29 assists. Kill leader was junior Leah Helmick with 10, junior Natalie Steele 9, junior Jaden Haynes, senior Elise Setterstrom 4 kills apiece, senior Maddie Martin with a couple of kills, and junior Bella Buckley with a kill as well. The dig leader in the back row, 24 from senior Izzy, Isabel McCready, Mallory Weigel 11, Faith Jones with 12 digs to go with her assists that led the way. Jaden Haynes, Maddie Martin, Faith Jones, Natalie Steele each with a block in the match. Serving-wise, Steele had 3 aces, Weigel with 1. Team served 91%. They had 19 team kill errors that were really one of the big things against the West Liberty team. So the seniors on that volleyball team, Millie, Amelia Miller, Maddie Martin, Faith Jones, Iris Lane, Mallory Weigel, Elise Setterstrom, and Isabel McCready. I know Coach Vicki Rebling said she really appreciated the on and off court leadership from those young ladies. Some milestones were achieved through this season. Faith Jones, 751 assists. She ended her career with 1,400 and 550 on the dig side. Natalie Steele, 217 kills, 38 ace serves. Jaden Haynes with 42 blocks. Isabel McCready, 445 digs, has gone over 900 in her career. Fairfield ended up 22-13 in the volleyball season. So great job by those Trojan volleyball players. Now, Fairfield High School Dance and Drill had its talent at the Iowa State Dance Solo Contest yesterday. All 6 Trojan soloists earned Division I ratings in a competitive field. They include Lexi McGrath, Hannah Giverson, Sarayu Tahada, Addison Qualters, Tegan Gilchrist, and Lee Ensminger. They represented Fairfield up at Newton High School, performing at the highest level against 72 other soloists from across Iowa. Coach Heidi Bowman expressed pride in her team's accomplishments against strong statewide competition. She said, "I'm very proud of these girls who competed against the other soloists in Iowa." So great job by those girls. So that's the other fall sports. Of course, earlier we had tennis wrap up with several girls going to state. On the doubles side, we had a 7th place finish from our doubles combo. I'll get there eventually. Rhea Ross and Saria Yamanur, they were 7th in doubles. In singles, Natalie Steele got 8th, and also going to state in singles was senior Pajita Mukadam. And speaking of senior tennis players, they were honored before the football game tonight. Besides Pajita, had Alexis Eisenbraun, Janelle Ferguson, Valerie Hernandez, Phoenix Johnson, and Tula Sorflatten. So those were the senior tennis players for Fairfield. Seniors on the cross-country team, this is boys and girls. Bailey Belzer, Clay Cass, Xavier Kessel, Drew Myers, and Caroline Van Pelt. Senior cheerleaders, Savannah Roll, Bailey Tucker, Emma Grace Crandall, and Lexi Wickenkamp. And then senior Fairfield High School marching band members, Kyra Camden Malott, Ledger Dodson, Tristan Garrettson, Kat Thippen, Teague Hannes, Joshua Carlson, Mira Malloy, Pearl Winheim, Kayla Karangi, Asia Dorothy, Stormy Lint, Savannah Roll, Daisy Trent, and Lexi McGrath. So congratulations to all those seniors in the fall sports at Fairfield High School. Let's do a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the scores of other games around the area as our halftime show continues, brought to you by Beaner Funeral and Crematory. Back in 2 minutes on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Planning for 2026? Smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at any C First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
Dr. Matt here. Looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic. Complete dental care for your entire family. Your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive's lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard. You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
So here are the other scores. Like I said, Keokuk leading Washington 12-6 or 7. I'm not sure if Washington got the extra point. They did. Okay, 12-7. Solon 24 for Madison, nothing in the first quarter. Benton leading Iowa Falls. Alden 14-0. Nevada all over Knoxville 57-7. That's still before halftime. Playoff games. Class 2A. Mediapolis leading Centerville in the third quarter 14-17. That's 4-4 Bulldogs, 7-1 Big Reds. Pekin rolling over Earlham. This is in Class A. That's up at Pekin High School 28-7 there. In the fourth quarter now, less than 9 minutes left in the game. No report on Waco in 8-man. Class 2A, Mid-Prairie and North Fayette Valley tied at 13. That's number 3 ranked Mid-Prairie having a tussle at home. And Grundy Center rolling over EBF 49-0. So those are the other scores from 14-13, yeah. Oh, it is 14-13. Okay. Mediapolis is leading Centerville 14-13. Fairfield will kick it off to start the second half here in just a matter of seconds as Trojans are going out on the field. Xander Gallison kicking off. Fairfield will be without Voss Richardson, I would say, for the rest of tonight, unless something very surprising happens. So we'll see likely Owen Adam quarterbacking the Trojan offense in the second half. But the Panthers will get the ball to start the third quarter here. Zandri kicking the ball off from the north side of Pearl Smith Field. He approaches the ball, puts the right foot to it, and Fairfield gets the onside kick. Recovered by Brady Weigel. Oh, there's a flag down. So let's see what happens here. So flag was thrown. Fairfield recovered the ball. Now we wait to see what the call is. I don't think Fairfield touched it before it went 10. I thought it went off a Mount Pleasant player and Fairfield recovered it. Brady Weigel says, I had the ball. Fairfield coaches are all saying it's going that way to the south. It should be Fairfield football. We've got an officials conference. This is a big one here. Right now, the way it stands, it would be Fairfield ball at the Mount Pleasant 48-yard line. They're still talking about it. Oh, they're saying interference with the opportunity to catch the ball on an onside kick. I've never seen this. That, I mean, unless he calls a fair catch. But the ball was on the ground, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Matt Jones is out there talking to the officiating crew. It wasn't a fair catch. Where have I heard that line before? The official still talking to Coach Jones. They're going to say Mount Pleasant ball. And they're going to mark off 15-yard penalty. Oh, my goodness. Well, the Fairfield fans and coaches certainly don't agree with this. So 15-yard penalty to the Fairfield 37-yard line. That's a huge call. Grayson Walker, the quarterback, hands to Ramsey Davis. Goes up the middle. Wrapped up on the play by Axel Starr. Christian Rasmussen also there. Gain of about 4 to the Fairfield 34-yard line. We'll call it 3, actually. 2nd and 7. So just underway in the third quarter. A big call there. Looked like Fairfield had recovered a onside kick, but they said kick-catch interference on the Trojans, basically. Like pass interference on a kickoff. Here's the handoff again, this time to Jones. He's tackled by Tucker Robertson. The sophomore has been seeing a lot more playing time the second half of this season. It's going to bring up a third down on the Fairfield 31-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 4. Peak and rolling 35-7 over Earlham. They're in the fourth quarter, so Panthers are on their way to the next round of Class A high school football playoffs. All right, Grayson Walker in the shotgun with Ramsey Davis about a half step behind him and to the left. 3rd and 4. They hand it to Davis, trying to sweep right. He was hit behind the line, but was able to break away from Zandrick Allison for the first down. Like it was Christian Rasmussen maybe got the tackle. First down, Mount Pleasant on the Fairfield 26-yard line. The whole Fairfield sideline, all the coaches were saying it was our ball after that kickoff, but after a long conference, the officials said it was a interference on the opportunity to catch the ball on the kickoff. That was an onside kick, basically. Here's a jet sweep. No, running back Schott falls down. Caden Schott on the carry. Gains about 4, 2nd and 6. About 2 minutes into the second half, Trojans will by 16 points, 22-6. They just announced the score of our game down there at Keokuk. Grayson Walker fakes the handoff, pass down the field. It is incomplete. Good coverage there by Jackson Hollander. Pass breakup. Third and 6. Grayson Walker in the shotgun. Ramsey Davis, the running back, to his right now. 3rd down, big play. Hands it off to Davis. Davis into the secondary, gets the first down. Ethan Visgard and Blake Burnett team up on the tackle, but Panthers on the move. Be first down from the Fairfield 11-yard line, they'll call it. 1st and 10. Panthers have gone shotgun throughout, mostly running the ball. Here's the handoff to Ramsey Davis. He's up the middle. He fumbled it. He fumbled it in the end zone. Trojans might have it. They do. Fairfield recovers for a touchback. Tucker Robertson with the takeaway. Wow. Tucker Robertson prevents a Mount Pleasant touchdown. Ramsey Davis fumbled at about the 1-yard line. And it went into the end zone. Tucker Robertson, the sophomore, falls on it. And the Panthers are denied. Their crowd is stunned on the east side of Trojan Stadium. Fairfield will have it at their own 20-yard line because the ball was recovered in the end zone. That's a huge swing. 1st down, Trojans. Again, Owen Adam in relief of injured starting quarterback Voss Richardson. Hands it to Ethan Bisgard. He's wrapped up right away. Maybe a loss on the play. Loss of about a yard, 2nd and 11. One of the few times our rushing attack doesn't produce at least 5 to 7 yards. Chase Countryman shuttling in the plays for quarterback Owen Adam. Guarantee you when Owen woke up this morning, he wasn't expecting to play quarterback in the varsity game tonight. He thought it'd be 2 quarters of fresh soft. But next man in mentality. Owen turns. Hands to Zandrick Allison. He's wrapped up for another, looks like, loss on the play. So bring up 3rd and 11. So he basically gave him back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 11. Trojans on their own 19-yard line. Owen Adam just automatically say Voss Richardson. Owen takes a snap, tosses to Ethan. Ethan trying to sweep left. He'll be tackled for a short gain on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down. Blake Burnett getting into it with a Mount Pleasant defensive back as he was blocking him down there. Number 7, Lathan Novak Watson. 4th and 8 Trojans from their own 22-yard line, I'll call it. They've got 4th and 7 from the 23. It looks more like a 2-yard. That'll be 2.5. So call it 4th and a long 7. And we'll have a different punter now. Be Calvin McLean. I guess he punted the ball one time in the first half. Good snap to Calvin. Nice punt. Goes over the head of the return man and bounces out of bounds inside the Panther 40-yard line. That's an excellent punt by Calvin McLean. So Mount Pleasant will get their second possession of the third quarter. And it will be on their own 39-yard line. Quarterback Grayson Walker, just a sophomore. We've seen some sophomores. Centerville, outstanding sophomore quarterback. Keokuk last week. I think Fort Madison was even used as a sophomore quarterback. Here's the handoff to Jones. He's hit in the backfield, tackled for a loss. Calvin McLean and Christian Rasmussen. Christian having a great game on that defensive line. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Let's go Trojans. Now, one thing about it with having a 16-point lead, this is huge in the RPI playoff index. So even if Washington would come back and win the game, if this margin held, I think Fairfield would still likely get that second spot. Here's Ramsey Davis. He got away from a tackle, and then he's met at the 45-yard line. Zandrick Allison, Ethan Bisgard, Brady Weigel all at the bottom of the stack. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.5. Ball is just across the Mount Pleasant 45-yard line. Trojans leading 22-6. Big play here for the Panthers and sophomore quarterback Grayson Walker. Hands it to Ramsey Davis, trying to sweep right. He gets the first down across midfield. Taken to the turf. Again, Christian Rasmussen in the mix. Zandrick Allison. But first down, Mount Pleasant. Now they're on the Fairfield side of the 50 at the Trojan 48-yard line. See how much time is left up at Tom Stone Field. 4 minutes left in the Pekin football playoff win. 35-7 up over Earlham. Just a matter of determining the final score. Walker ready for the snap. Gets the ball to Ramsey Davis. Calvin McLean meets him in the backfield. Tackled at the 50. Blake Burnett, Owen Adam, Christian Rasmussen joining Calvin McLean, who was first man on the scene. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. This Trojan defense, when you know it's just going to be running, they've been very solid here tonight. Keep them contained and make them run that clock. We're over halfway through the third quarter already. 2 backs on either side of quarterback Grayson Walker. Gets the snap, looking left, throws it downfield. Oh, there's a lot of... I thought their guy was holding our man. Brady Weigel, one of the defenders. It sure looked like 33 of the Panthers' Asa Rose was locked up with Brady. I think they're going to call defensive pass interference. So it does go on the Trojans. And it will be a first down, not automatic, but the yardage will get the first down. So called pass interference on the defense. Like I said, it looked like Rose was pushing off on Brady as much as Brady was interfering with him. But first down at the Fairfield 35-yard line. Walker ready for the snap. Hands it to Jones. Tripped up by Christian Rasmussen again. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage by falling forward, but it's 2nd and 10 on the Fairfield 35-yard line. Christian having a big game on that defensive line. That helps the linebackers when you have a lineman who can make tackles. Those linebackers, Tucker Robertson, Blake Burnett, Owen Adam, Ethan Bisgard. They've got a 4 linebacker crew right now. Pass to the left. It's a catch by Clark. Tackled by Brady Weigel. Brody Clark on the reception. 1st and 10 just outside the 10. It'll be at the Fairfield 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 3:47 left here in the third quarter. Trojans with the same score it was at halftime, a Fairfield lead of 16, 22-6. Panthers, of course, last possession, fumbled the ball literally right outside the goal line. Fairfield recovered it in the end zone. Hand off to Ramsey Davis. He's met by Axel Starr, and who was the other one at the bottom of the stack? If you said Christian Rasmussen, you'd be right. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the Fairfield 10-yard line. Well, we got our 3rd fumble recovery of the season earlier in this third quarter. Why not get number 4 here? Grayson Walker gets the snap. Hands to Ramsey Davis going off the right side. He's inside the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Pleasant. 10-yard touchdown with 3:09 left in the third quarter. Do we have a flag? No, guess not. I thought I heard somebody say there was a flag down, but 10-yard touchdown for Ramsey Davis. It's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And let's see, it's 22-12, so they're going to go for 2. From the regular offensive formation, except Quarterback Walker will be under center. Grayson Walker turns, hands to Jones. Tucker Robertson got him behind the line. Might have fallen to where he was at the 2, but he stopped short on the 2-point run. Back with the Panther kickoff in a minute as you're listening and watching Trojan football on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit southerniowar.m.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
Howdy, mates, down under. From the Gold Coast, Australia, Phil and Jenny, Dane Cool, Amanda Conzel. I've got an international audience. My head just got twice as big as it already was. That's cool. We've had over 100 viewers, according to my producer and director on site, A.J. Rowe. Here's the kickoff by the Panthers. It'll be picked up by Zandrick Allison. Cuts to his right. Now he goes across the 25-yard line, so Trojans will have it. The Gold Coast, Australia. That sounds like a nice place to be, down under. 3:02 left in the third quarter here. Trojans' lead is 22-12, so the nice thing about that missed 2-point conversion keeps the lead at 2 possessions. Fairfield will have it on their own 29-yard line to start this series of downs. Trying to get the momentum back again. Boss Richardson, our starting junior quarterback, injured after the 3rd Trojan touchdown in the first half. Owen Adam, freshman, on in relief. Owen hands it off to Ethan Bisgard. Ethan will plow ahead for about 6 or 7 yards. Again, Ethan with that 64-yard touchdown late in the first half, went over 1,000 yards on the season. First one at Fairfield High School since 2018 when Tristan Waugh went for 1,156 yards. Play comes in with Corbin Starr, Axel's little brother, the sophomore tight end. Gain of, we'll call it 7 on that first down play. Second short 3, handoff straight ahead, first down. Brady Weigel on the carry. Gets it to the Fairfield 40-yard line. Again, that offensive line. Center, Christian Rasmussen. Guards, Hank Conzel. Calvin McLean. Tackles, Nolan Smith. Axel Starr. Tight ends, Chase Countryman, Corbin Starr, and Blake Burnett. Blake in on the right side. Chase on the left side. Ethan Visgard, middle back of the 3 behind Owen Adam. Hands it off to the middle back, Ethan Bisgard. It'll be no gain on the play. So to set up a 2nd and 10 for the Trojans on their own 41-yard line. Looks like final score from up at Pekin. Panthers 35, Earlham 7. So Pekin moves on in the Class A playoffs. Playing on Tom Stone Field tonight. They remain undefeated on the season. 9 wins now as they took down the Cardinals. Saluted the 42-7. So they added a touchdown, so write that one down, AJ. 42-7, Pekin over Earlham, final score. Here at 2nd and 10, Trojans, their own 41-yard line, leading 22-12. Owen Adam, freshman quarterback, gets the snap. Hands it off. Straight ahead with Zandrick Allison to about the Fairfield 45-yard, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 6, Trojans. They spot the ball about a half-yard short of the 45, so it's 3rd and a long 7, or long 6. Christian Rasmussen, the senior center, up to the football. Middle back is Ethan Bisgarden. His left, Zandrick Allison. Right, Brady Weigel. Here's Zandrick straight ahead. And Fairfield fan just yelled a face mask, and I thought I saw that through my binoculars as well. The hand came up pretty high on Zandrick there. Bring up a fourth, and I'd say 3.5, 4 yards to go. Ball's on the Fairfield 48-yard line. You would think punt here. Try to pin Mount Pleasant deep, although the offense is staying on the field for the moment. When Adam comes over to Matt Jones, he might say just go with the long count here and try to draw him off sides, but we're not going to have much time to get the play underway. Play clock is running out. Yeah, Fairfield's going to call the timeout. We'll use it. Be back in a minute with more Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
All right, back here at Trojan Stadium on Pearl Smith Field, where it's fourth, and I'm calling it a short 4. Scoreboard's going with 3, but it's a long 3. Ball on the Fairfield 48, and the offense stays out there. So a big play here for both teams. Owen Adam calling out the signals. Probably trying to draw Mount Pleasant offside here. That's what I'm thinking. They're staying disciplined. And now we'll have is another timeout. No, delay of game. So now back the Trojans up 5, and now they'll punt it away. So congratulations to the Pekin Panthers getting that opening round Class A playoff victory. 4th and 8. Calvin McLean, the punter. Ready for the snap, gets it. Gets the kick out of there, takes a Fairfield roll inside the Panther 30-yard line. Down to about the 25, where Mount Pleasant will have it as the third quarter comes to an end. 3 in the books, Trojans lead by 10, 22-12. Back in a minute with more Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group YouTube channel.
If you're tired of dropped calls and slow internet, we're here to help. Lisco's the future of fast, reliable communication. Never miss a beat with streaming, gaming, or video calls, whether you're working, playing, or just staying connected. Lisco brings you lightning fast speeds, crystal clear calls, and unbeatable reliability. Switch today and experience the difference. Call me, Samantha, your Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive's lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard.
All right, back here at Trojan Stadium as the fourth quarter is set to begin. Fairfield protecting a 10-point lead on the Panthers. Both teams trying to make it as the runner-up behind Solon in this Class 3A district. Hand off to Jones, the ball carrier. Ethan Bisgard and Tucker Robertson team up on the stop. That's Griffin Jones. He and Ramsey Davis, the top two ball carriers for Mount Pleasant. Gain of, call it 4, 2nd and 6. Panthers just short of the 30-yard line. It's actually got about 5.5. We'll in fact call him a 5-yard gain on that, 2nd and 5. Grayson Walker, sophomore quarterback from the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands to Griffin Jones. Ethan Bisgard slowed him down and held on. Zandrick Allison and Calvin McLean team up to finish it off. They'll bring up a 3rd down, Panthers. Ball will be spotted on the Mount Pleasant 32-yard line, so they'll bring up 3rd and 3. You wouldn't think 4-down territory unless they would get 2 yards on this play. But, of course, they've got a good running back. Here's the handoff to Jones, right at the middle. Griffin Jones in the secondary. He's gone. That's a touchdown, Mount Pleasant. 10-5 end zone. 68-yard touchdown run. First time tonight, Panthers have broken a big play. And that changes things dramatically here. Griffin Jones. And Mount Pleasant will likely go for 2 here. 10:39 on the clock. And they are going to go with the extra point kick from Dylan White. He's 29 of 30, so almost automatic on these PATs. Grayson Walker, the quarterback, does the holding. Oh, they're running a fake, and it's going to be stopped short. Grayson Walker's wrapped up by about 5 Trojan defenders. So fake kick. Zandrick Allison, Christian Rasmussen, Hank Conzel, Calvin McLean. A lot of Trojans ganged up to stop that 2-point, it was a fake PAT and 2-point conversion stop. So Trojans have a 4-point lead. 22-18 Fairfield. Let's do a 30-second break here, AJ. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back with the Mount Pleasant kickoff on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at any C First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
Back here at Trojan Stadium, Mount Pleasant kicking off. We've seen some onside kick attempts. One that failed by Mount Pleasant. One that looked like it succeeded by Fairfield but was nullified because of a penalty. This kick is up the middle on the ground. Picked up by Zandrick Allison. Got a lot of running room. He runs over a defender and then was hit out of bounds. There's the flag. That will draw 15 yards. So Fairfield had the return out to about the 40, and it's going to go across midfield thanks to a Panther hitting Zandrick Allison well past the line of past the out of bounds line. So they'll put 15 yards. That'll take it to, let's see, it's going to be from the Fairfield 41, so to the Mount Pleasant 44-yard line. So good field position. Need to take this thing down and score. It's one of those lack of discipline plays where you've got the guy stopped. You have to realize he's out of bounds. So Fairfield has the ball on a short field here from the Panther 44-yard line. Good return by Zandrick, and then 15-yard penalty. Freshman quarterback Owen Adam gets the snap. Hands it to Zandrick Allison, and Zandrick's in the secondary. Brought down by number 10, Brody Clark, but not before he gets a solid gain of over 5 to the Panther 37.5. It's about a 7-yard gain there. Second and a short 4. Fairfield fans are trying to help the officiating crew, say, what are you looking for? That was a horse collar. Owen Adam hands it to Zandrick Allison. Zandrick goes straight ahead for maybe a couple, might be no gain on the play. So it's going to bring up third down there. We're spotting maybe a gain of a yard. Third and 3 coming up. Chase Countryman coming into the huddle. He and Corbin Starr have been rotating at a tight end position. So a big play here. Trojans 3rd and 3. Owen Adam been quarterbacking the entire second half. After starter Voss Richardson was hurt, here's the handoff to Ethan Bisgard. He's met for no gain. And again, some extracurricular tackling there. That one I didn't have quite as much of a gripe about because they were falling together as they went to the turf. The Panther defender had him wrapped up. So this could be 4th and 3. We're inside of 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Tucker Robertson, Corbin Starr checking in. 4th and 3. It's a big play here. Get the first down, use some more clock. Now Pleasant thinking, get the ball in downs. Toss it to Zandrick. Zandrick is going to be stopped short, it looks like. About a yard short, so Mount Pleasant will take over on downs with 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Mount Pleasant definitely has momentum in this game. Defense needs to come up with a big play here. Panthers from their own 35-yard line. Of course, that last time they had the 68-yard touchdown by Griffin Jones. That brought the Panthers back within a single possession. They trail by 4. We've still got 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Sophomore quarterback Grayson Walker ready for the shotgun snap. Ramsey Davis to his right. Gets the handoff. Davis tackled by Tucker Robertson, but not before he gets a 10, 11-yard gain. There is a flag in the defensive backfield. Let's see what this call is. Personal foul, face mask on Fairfield. Trojan fans are saying, what about the times you ignored the horse collar and the face mask on them? Or the late hit. So that'll take it into Fairfield territory all the way to the Trojan 39-yard line. Mount Pleasant definitely has momentum. Trojans need to come up with a big defensive play here. 22-18. Of course, Mount Pleasant was down in the second half. Keokuk came back to win that game. Here's the handoff to Griffin Jones. He's brought down. Tucker Robertson was the first man to make contact. Blake Burnett, Nolan Smith helped finish it off. Short gain, about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 from the Fairfield 36-yard line. If they would have gone for the extra point kick, that last possession like they were lining up, they would be within a field goal of tying this game. But they went for 2 out of the kick formation and didn't fool the Trojans. That point right now is looming large because they've got a good field goal kicker. Grayson Walker ready for the snap. Pump fake to his left now, throws it, and caught by Brody Clark inside the 10. Zandrick Allison will knock him out of bounds. So Mount Pleasant's got 1st and goal, and they're threatening to take their first lead of the night. 1st and goal from the Fairfield, around the 3, now looks maybe 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 5. Well, they fumbled one time on the way into maybe a touchdown. Fairfield recovered it. We would take that right now. Grayson Walker in the shotgun. gets a high snap, going to run it. Walker goes straight ahead for 2 or 3 yards. Tucker Robertson again on that stop. Second and goal. We've got a Fairfield player shaken up, laying on his back. So with the injury timeout, we'll use it on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit SouthernIowaRM.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
Christian Rasmussen, the Trojan, was shaken up, and he comes off. It looked like it might have been an arm, so hopefully just maybe a shoulder stinger, something where he maybe hit his funny bone. He's shaking that right arm as he walks over toward the trainer, Adam Conalog. All right, second and goal. Ball is at the Fairfield 2-yard line. Grayson Walker gets the snap, a high one again. Ramsey Davis straight ahead. He's stopped short. Tucker Robertson, Ethan Bisgard stopped Ramsey Davis at the 1-yard line. Third and goal coming up. So they still got 2 plays to get 1 yard. But 2 straight high snaps, and boy, a snap over Grayson Walker's shoulder would sure be sweet here. That's from the Trojan perspective. Panther fans are saying, get this ball across the goal line, take their first lead of the night. Walker still from that shotgun, running back on each side of him. High snap again. It goes to Griffin Jones. He's hitting the backfield. Owen Adam. Now, did he get across the goal line? They're saying short. 4th and goal. A couple of Panther linemen held up their arms like touchdown, but that's not the officials' call. Griffin Jones stopped short, 4th and goal from the 1. In fact, it's inches away from the south goal line. Clock is running. We're under 6 minutes left, so over halfway through the 4th quarter. A big 4th and goal play coming up here. They've been going shotgun even though they're inside the 5, and they're going to stay with that. Grayson Walker, the quarterback. Here's the handoff. He's hit in the backfield. Stop short. Tucker Robertson. Blake Burnett. Stop. Griffin Jones short of the goal line. That wasn't Griffin. It was number 12 for the Panthers. That is Isaiah Lang. 6'3", running back at the 2. The Trojans will take over with 5:31 left in the 4th quarter. Wow, what a goal line stand. That was the defensive series of the season by the Trojans. In fact, they end up losing a yard on that 4th and goal from inches away. Probably lost a yard and a half. 1st and goal at the 5, and they didn't convert. All right, Owen Adam going straight ahead here on this play. Ethan Bisgard got the carry. Out to about the 5-yard line, get a little bit of breathing room here. Trojans clinging to a 4-point lead. 5:15 right now left in the 4th quarter. This is a situation, boy, we could use a big run by Ethan Bisgard or Zandrick Allison, Brady Weigel, Tucker Robertson, Owen Adam. Somebody break a big run here. Owen turns. Hands it to Zandrick. I think they tackled him for a safety. They're saying he got out of the goal. He got out of the end zone, so it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 from the 1. Wow, Mount Pleasant was, again, their defenders were all giving the safety signal, you know, the arms above your head, putting the palms together, but the official said Zandrick got out of the end zone. Now you're going to run a 4th down or 3rd and 11 play from basically in your own end zone. Quarterback Owen Adam. Under center Christian Rasmussen. Hands it off to Ethan Bisgard. Ethan gets out of the end zone, so it's going to be a punt coming from near the back line of the end zone. Mount Pleasant, all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Fairfield with 2. It's going to be 4th and 10 from the 2. So Calvin McLean will have a big punt coming up. There's no question you're not going for it on 4th and 10 on your own 2 with a 4-point lead, but might end up taking a timeout before the punt. Play clock is winding down there, not showing any sign of breaking the huddle. Obviously, it's a timeout. Fairfield. We'll be back in a minute with a big punt coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
There's nothing quite like Friday Night Lights to bring a community together. This is Scott with Beaner Funeral Home in Fairfield, and we believe in the strength of a community. My wife Rachel and I grew up in Van Buren County and are proud to serve this community we call home. From monument sales, pre-planning, and creating unique celebrations of life, we invite you to experience the Beaner difference where we put families and community first. Beaner Funeral Home, serving Van Buren County and all of southeast Iowa, and proud supporter of Van Buren County sports.
Planning for 2026, smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
Calvin McLean standing on the back line. We're thinking the Trojans might take a safety here and would cut the lead to 2, but then you get a free kick from the 20. Calvin gets the snap. Nope, he does punt it out of there. It goes across the 20-yard line to about the 25, so they didn't take the safety that we thought might happen there. So now Mount Pleasant will have a very short field with 3:21 remaining. Well, Fairfield's defense came through big time on the last possession. Now they're going to have to come up even bigger here. Mount Pleasant will be at the Fairfield 25-yard line. Fairfield's lead is 4. Now, the only thing Mark Epperson came over during the break there, said, I think we'll take the safety, and he said, but it would cut the lead to 2, and they've got a kicker. But like he said, you think maybe you'd rather have them try a field goal than maybe go for a touchdown. Here's the handoff to Ramsey Davis. Straight ahead. Owen Adam, Tucker Robertson, Blake Burnett, Christian Rasmussen all on the stop. Gain of a couple. Maybe 3, 2nd and 7. We're under 3 minutes left, right? We're 3 minutes now. Left in the fourth quarter. Quarterback Grayson Walker in the shotgun. Griffin Jones running back to his left and a half step behind him. Snap was wide to his right. Jones gets the handoff, trying to sweep right. He'll be tackled around the Fairfield 15-yard line. Ethan Bisgard and Owen Adam on that stop. First down, Mount Pleasant on the Fairfield 14-yard line. Just over 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Fairfield's lead is 4, very precarious right now. Snap to Grayson Walker, hands to Ramsey Davis up the middle. He's inside the 10, down to about the 5, so again, Mount Pleasant will have first and goal. First and goal from the 5. Well, they were here a few minutes ago. Fairfield stopped them on 4 running plays. We need another defensive stand here or a Mount Pleasant turnover. It's been a heck of a game between these two rivals. Grayson Walker gets the snap, hands to Ramsey Davis. Davis is going in for the touch. No, we have a flag. So they blew the play dead. False start on the Panthers. That'll back them up to the 10 where it'll be first and goal. Ramsey Davis just went uncontested in the end zone. Then I saw the yellow flag in the middle of the field. So 1st and goal from the 10. They got 2nd down. I thought, did they run a play? No, they hadn't run a play. It should be 1st down, shouldn't it? No, they've got second and 6. So actually it wasn't a 1st down. Now, yeah, that's right. It wasn't 1st and goal. So it's 2nd and 6 from the Fairfield 10-yard line. Here's the pass by Walker. It's a touchdown for Brody Clark. 10-yard touchdown pass with minute 43 left in the game. Grayson Walker to Brody Clark. Well, Mount Pleasant's first lead of the game, and it comes at a great time for them. Now Dylan White will try the first PAT kick of the night, and it is up and good. We'll be back with the Mount Pleasant kickoff in a minute on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Dr. Matt here. Looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic. Complete dental care for your entire family. Your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
All right, back here for a Mount Pleasant kickoff, thinking obviously a big return by Zandrick Allison, Ethan Bisgard, Brady Weigel, Tucker Robertson. You would expect Mount Pleasant to go a little deeper on the kick, but they are certainly leery of the Trojan deep men. Number 6, the kicker, is Dylan White. And he does squib it, but it will be taken by Zandrick. Oh, it goes through his legs, back inside the 10. Zandrick will be tackled there. Wow. That was tough. The ball just squirted away from Zandrick, and we're going to have a long field to try to score in 100 seconds to pull this game out. With backup freshman quarterback Owen Adam. In case you just tuned in, Voss Richardson was hurt on the Trojans' 3rd touchdown of the first half with about a minute to go before halftime. Need a big play from somebody. Owen looking to throw as he rolls to his right. Pass is caught by Brady Weigel, but it's going to be a short gain on the play. Blake Burnett is shaken up. Slow to get up, and he's had that ankle problem throughout this season since the beginning. Gain of about 4 or 5 yards on the play. We'll call it 5, 2nd and 5. Blake's going to come out. Trojans take their 2nd timeout. We'll use it 30 seconds here and be back with more Trojan football, down by 3 with minute 28 remaining on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive's lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard.
Owen Adam was sacked on the play. They apparently didn't take a timeout. I think they were calling an injury timeout, and then they started running the clock. Owen was sacked, but there is a personal foul roughing the passer on Mount Pleasant. And he actually didn't even throw the ball. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that's a first down. But there did run some clock, down to 1:08 remaining. So sorry for the confusion there. I thought the Trojans had taken the timeout. They've got one remaining. So the ball is at the Fairfield 30-yard line. You're 70 yards from a go-ahead touchdown. Now the referee waves his arms like he was indicating a timeout. Now Mount Pleasant may be calling a timeout, I guess. Referee's walking toward their sideline. So they're complaining about the call, I think, that was made. A lot of yelling going on right now. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Trojans. Owen Adam ready for the snap from Christian Rasmussen. Hand off to Ethan Bisgard, and not going to do it. So timeout Fairfield. That's their final one. We'll use it. Be back in a minute with more Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at NEC First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit southerniowar.m.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
All right, back with a 2nd and 8 play. We've got 1:03 remaining. Trojans obviously need a big play. That's all there is to it. We've got big play capabilities. Freshman quarterback Owen Adam trying to engineer a game-winning drive. Going to do it from the shotgun here. Chase Countryman, Zandrick Allison beside him in the backfield. Owen's pass to the left for Ethan Bisgard. Makes the catch at the Mount Pleasant 40-yard line. There's still life, Trojans. Panther fans are now a little bit shaken. Clock stops on the first down at the Panther 41-yard line. So a big pass there. 24-yard pass. Owen Adam to Ethan Bisgard. Owen looking to throw again. Now he's going to get sacked. Thrown down in the backfield. Clock's going to keep running. We'll be under 30 seconds on the next snap. Fairfield trying to get back in the offensive formation. Owen spikes the ball. Vicious spike there. Upset about being sacked back in Fairfield territory at the Trojan 48-yard line, but yardage right now, well, obviously it's at a premium whether you gain or lose yardage, but the clock becomes an enemy as well. So Fairfield will have it 3rd down and 22 from their own 48-yard line. We got to get the play underway. 15 seconds on the play clock as they come out of the huddle. 10 seconds. Owen Adam in the shotgun. 5 seconds. Gets the snap. He's going to get sacked again. That'll wrap it up. Was flung to the ground, but not really going to matter here. It's going to be 4th down. You're not probably going to, well, you might be able to get a play underway, but obviously can't spike it. Corbin Starr comes in with the play under center. Owen Adams spikes it, but it was 4th down, so that was something you just couldn't do. We have a flag flying. There is a flag. It's unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, if it's on the defense, it'll give us a free play. But is it post-possession after the spike? The referee's going to say the game's over. So Mount Pleasant will be heading to the playoffs behind Solon in this Class 3A district. So no flag at the end of the game. Final score, Panthers pull it out 25-22. Their only lead coming in the last minute of the football game. They scored the go-ahead touchdown with 1:43 to go. So Fairfield led for over 40 minutes of this game, over 45 minutes, but Mount Pleasant leads when it counts here at the end. So we'll be back in 3 minutes, get into our post-game show as the Panthers take second in the district with a come-from-behind win like they did at Keokuk. They do it here in Fairfield, and they're celebrating on Pearl Smith Field, much to the dismay of the Fairfield Trojans, who put up a great effort in this football game. Back in 3 minutes with more on the Tummo Radio Group Sports Network.
We care. At Jefferson County Health Center, it's the little things that make a big difference. We believe every patient deserves to feel safe and comforted, no matter what brings them here. We strive to turn fear into comfort. We are committed to ensuring every patient feels informed, supported, and truly cared for.
Jefferson County Health Center, care you can count on. It's what we do.
Dr. Matt here, looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic, complete dental care for your entire family, your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with Straight Up Doors of Fairfield.
Sometimes accidents happen, and when they do, trust Finney Auto Body, Southeast Iowa's collision center specialists for over 40 years. We fix your vehicle the right way. We handle everything from minor fender benders to major repairs. Quality workmanship you can trust because we stand behind our work with a lifetime warranty. Don't let unexpected damage from an accident ruin your travel plans. Get right back on the road like it never happened at Finney Auto Body in Fairfield. Expert collision repair when you need it most. Visit us at FinneyAutoBody.com. And here at Finney Auto Body, we support the Fairfield Trojans.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets, and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
Shopping for a quality used car? Check out the inventory at Smithburg Automotive's lot at 1503 West Burlington Avenue in Fairfield. Need repairs? They've got you covered at the South 23rd Street location. Call 641-472-2454 or visit smithburgs.com. Need quality used parts? Head to Smitty's Auto Recycling on West Grimes in Fairfield. They've got fresh inventory arriving all the time. Selling parts or have a wrecked vehicle? They buy unwanted cars too. Call 472-4200 or stop by to see what's new in the yard. You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
here at Trojan Stadium above Pearl Smith Field. Panthers, of course, celebratory mood on the east side. West side, you think of what could have been and not taking anything away from the Trojan effort in the second half, but without number one quarterback Voss Richardson, just couldn't get anything going offensively in the second half. In fact, did not score after halftime. And Mount Pleasant got 3 touchdowns, and that ends up being the difference, 25-22. Let's recap the scoring. Again, at halftime was brought to you by Leo's Pizza and Grill, so we'll give them credit here in the postgame as well. Fairfield recovered a Panther onside kick to start the game, so it took over at the 50-yard line. Chase Countryman got on that onside kick, and with 6:56 to go in the first quarter, Zandrick Allison went 3 yards for a touchdown. He then took in the 2-point conversion. It was 8-0 Trojans. Mount Pleasant would get the ball at the Fairfield 32 after a punt. Mount Pleasant had punted on their first possession. Fairfield got it their own 15, couldn't move the ball, and then Mount Pleasant got it at the Fairfield 32, scored with a 4-yard run by Ramsey Davis. 10:57 left in the second quarter. 2-point run was stopped short. Fairfield led 8-6. Then the Trojans took over at their own 35-yard line. 10:57 left in the first half. Scored with 5:12 remaining, so went over 5.5 minutes with the ball. The last 3 yards, another touchdown by Zandrick Allison. Ethan Bisgard took in the 2-point conversion. It was 16-6 Trojans. Then each team, Mount Pleasant had the ball, had to punt it away. Fairfield took over their own 36 with 1:25 left in the second quarter. Scored on a 64-yard run by Ethan Bisgard. And then the 2-point halfback pass was incomplete. Fairfield led 22-6. Brady Weigel then would intercept the ball, giving Fairfield the ball at the 50 with 29 seconds left in the first half, but they just ran the clock out, settled for that halftime lead, and it was on that touchdown run by Ethan Bisgard that Voss Richardson suffered the game and season-ending injury, as it turns out, where we heard that it might have been to his rib cage or shoulder. Again, don't know anything officially on that, so we'll not even speculate. Just pray that Voss has a full recovery and is able to, if he decides to play basketball, that he'll have that opportunity this upcoming winter. But Trojans looked good at halftime, 22-6. Tucker Robertson appeared to recover a fumble on the opening kickoff to start the second half, but it was nullified because they said there was interference by the Trojans on the opportunity to catch the kickoff, even though it was in essence an onside kick, and that it was a long conference by the officials, and they, despite the Fairfield protests of Coach Matt Jones and all the rest of the coaching staff, think it should have been Fairfield ball at the 50, or actually it would have been at the Mount Pleasant 48, gave the ball to Panthers, and they ended up not doing anything with it, punted the ball. Or actually, Fairfield, I crossed off that fumble recovery. That was a fumble recovery by Tucker Robertson. It wasn't the onside kick. He had the fumble recovery in the end zone on a possible touchdown run by the Panthers' Ramsey Davis. So I'm rewriting that fumble recovery on my notes here for my producer, director, and Jefferson County reporter, A.J. Rowe. And by the way, I used several of his articles at halftime. You can check those out at AtomoRadioGroup.com. No, at AtomoRadio.com for the World Wide Web. That's where you can find news reports and sports reports for Jefferson County. But Tucker Robertson fumble recovery. Fairfield took over at their own 20, and they couldn't move the ball. Mount Pleasant got the ball at their own 39 following a Fairfield very good punt by Calvin McLean. Well, they would that was with 6:51 left in the third, 3:09 to go in the third. They scored on a Ramsey Davis 10-yard touchdown run. The 2-point run was short, so Fairfield still was up 2 scores, 22-12. Then Mount Pleasant got the ball in their own 25 right at the start of the fourth quarter, and they scored on a 68-yard run by Griffin Jones with 10:39 remaining in the game. 2-point conversion was stopped. They were actually lining up to kick it and ran a fake out of that, but the 2-point was stopped. Fairfield still led 22-18. Then Fairfield came up with a tremendous goal line stand. Mount Pleasant had first and goal at the 5, and Fairfield would make 4 stops and eventually took over their own 2 with 5:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. And then came the 4th and 10, or 4th and 11, Fairfield punting from basically almost the back of the end zone. And we were speculating up here that maybe a safety wouldn't have been a bad idea there. Then you would give Mount Pleasant 2 points, but it made it 22-20, but you get the free kick from the 20. Well, the punt only went to the Fairfield 25-yard line, so the Panthers had a very short field with 3:21 remaining, and they scored what proved to be the game-winning touchdown, a 10-yard pass from Grayson Walker to Brody Clark. The extra point kick by Dylan White made it 25-22, and that would turn out to be the final score. 25-22. Panthers pull it out after trailing, in essence, for over 45 of the 48 minutes in this football game. Well, Fairfield scored at 6:56 in the first quarter, but they had led from that point until a minute 43 remaining as, again, the Panthers were able to hang on for the playoff clinching victory that they needed. They punched the ticket behind Solon, and obviously Solon beat them 35-0 last week. They are not going to be a state championship contender, but if Fairfield had gotten the playoff spot, you figure they weren't going to be a state playoff or a state championship, contender, but you still like to make the postseason and get another game or two on down the line. All right, we're going to take another 3-minute break and come back with our post-game show continuing on Trojan football here on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
For those shaping the future of Fairfield, Southern Iowa Ready Mix is your trusted partners. With every pour, they're committed to quality, durability, and the satisfaction of watching your vision take form. From the smallest patio to the largest development, they deliver more than materials, they deliver possibilities. Visit SouthernIowaRM.com and lay the groundwork for structures that stand the test of time. Because at Southern Iowa Ready Mix of Fairfield, they believe in building a legacy one mix at a time.
Pick a card, any card. Right now, at Community First Credit Union, save big when you lock in a low intro rate on select credit cards. Choose between our Flex Rewards, Signature Rewards, or Smart Rate cards, and enjoy a low rate for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers. Plus, each card offers perks like no annual fee and easy-to-use digital banking. Get details and apply at c1stcu.com or at any C First location. Subject to credit approval, federally insured by the NCUA.
This is Jeremy with Cranston Family Funeral Home. I want to take a moment and say thank you, not for choosing our funeral home, although we're deeply honored when you do, but for showing up for your neighbors, for supporting small businesses, for standing in line at visitations and hugging people you maybe haven't seen in years. That is what makes our communities feel like home. At Cranston Family Funeral Home, we don't believe in flashy promises. We believe in showing up quietly, respectfully, and doing the work that matters when it matters most. So from our family to yours, thank you. We see you, we are grateful for you, and we'll be here when you need us.
Need electrical work done right? Livewire Electric is Southeast Iowa's premier electrical contractor, serving Jefferson County and nearby areas. From home wiring upgrades to all your electrical needs, call Rod at 641-472-4853. Livewire Electric, powering your home safely. Give your house a facelift. Quality garage doors that make a difference. Call 641-209-9948 for your free estimate on a new garage door. Open and close your day with straight-up doors of Fairfield.
If you're tired of dropped calls and slow internet, we're here to help. Lisco's the future of fast, reliable communication. Never miss a beat with streaming, gaming, or video calls, whether you're working, playing, or just staying connected. Lisco brings you lightning fast speeds, crystal clear calls, and unbeatable reliability. Switch today and experience the difference. Call me, Samantha, your Lisco sales rep at 641-209-5400. That's 209-5400, or visit us at lisco.com.
Dr. Matt here, looking for complete dental care for your entire family? At Fairfield Dental Clinic in Fairfield, that's exactly what we provide.
Dr. Pat here. We pride ourselves on delivering comprehensive care from routine cleanings to advanced procedures. At Fairfield Dental Clinic, we're committed to creating healthy smiles in a comfortable, caring environment.
We live here, we work here, and we're proud to care for generations of families from Fairfield and the surrounding area. Call today for an appointment. Fairfield Dental Clinic, complete dental care for your entire family, your neighbors, your dentists, your smile.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Back here at Trojan Stadium, above Pearl Smith Field, still Panther players and fans lingering around. Obviously, they're celebratory as they hang on to beat the Trojans and led for a minute 43 of this football game. And it was the minute 43 that mattered at the end, 25-22. So let me go through the out-of-town scores, and we'll take a break and mention the Trojan senior football players for 2025. So Keokuk 20, Washington 14 in the second half. That was in the third quarter at last check. Solon ended up, 45-0 over Fort Madison in the fourth quarter. Benton Community, they're going to go 5-4 on the regular season, leading Iowa Falls Alden 56-20. Nevada all over Knoxville 57-7. Knoxville, of course, got that one win over Sadell this season. And by the way, that was the second quarter score. Didn't have a report on Burlington Western Dubuque. Final score at Centerville, Mediapolis shocks the Big Reds 28-13. 5-4 Bulldogs move on. Centerville's second loss, their other one was against highly ranked PCM last Friday. So opening round of the playoffs, Centerville's outstanding season ends at 7-2, 28-13. Pekin 9-0 after they rolled through the opening round in Class A playoffs, beat Earlham 42-7. We'll know. They probably already know, but Pekin will play a second-round game coming up next Friday night. 8-player playoff game, Edco, Edgewood Colesburg over Waco, 58-7, so Waco ends the season 3-6. 8-1 Mid-Prairie on to the second round in Class 2A as the Golden Hawks defeated North Fayette Valley 34-19. And it was Grundy Center all over EBF 57-0. Grundy Center 9-0, moving on in the playoffs as well. That's second-ranked Grundy Center. Mid-Prairie number 3 in Class 2A. Pekin unranked as far as top 10 in Class A, but again, they go on to the next round after winning that home playoff game on Tom Stone Field, 42-7 over Earlham. We're going to take our final break on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. Return to mention the Fairfield High School football seniors of 2025 as we round out the broadcast. Don't forget, starting basically right about now, it's 10 o'clock, so the Radio Iowa Scoreboard Show should be just getting underway right now on Tom FM 97.7 KOTM, and that runs until 11:30. Radio Iowa Scoreboard Show. Back in, again, a couple of minutes to finish things off for the final broadcast of Fairfield High School football in 2025 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Miss Bonnie at Packwood Locker and Meats of Packwood. Packwood Locker and Meats brings farm fresh to your table. Beefy with boldness, porky with perfection, fresh off the farm and into your kitchen. We know how to make every meal a masterpiece. Trust the quality and savor the taste, because at Packwood Locker and Meats, fresh isn't just a promise, it's a guarantee. Now open for retail and pickup 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Visit PackwoodLockerandMeats.com for more information. Trust me, you can't beat Peyton's Meat, and we dare you to try.
Planning for 2026? Smart farmers know the best yields start with the right choices. At Beck's Hybrids, where farmers are art, helping farmers succeed is what makes up the fabric of our culture. Call Brandon Tegeler, your Beck's seed dealer serving Southeast Iowa. Get your 2026 seed orders in early and secure the varieties that perform best on your land. 641-919-7526. That's 641-919-7526. Beck's Hybrids, growing successful together.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets, and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
We care. At Jefferson County Health Center, it's the little things that make a big difference. We believe every patient deserves to feel safe and comforted, no matter what brings them here. We strive to turn fear into comfort. We are committed to ensuring every patient feels informed, supported, and truly cared for.
Jefferson County Health Center, care you can count on. It's what we do.
You're watching Fairfield Trojan football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Well, we had an international audience tonight from the Gold Coast, Australia. Appreciated the shout-out from, or the check-in from Phil and Jenny for my shout-out to Phil, Jenny, Dane, and Amanda. Dane Cool, Amanda Conzel. Gold Coast, Australia. Amanda, you missed Hank out here on the offensive line and the defensive line. Anyway, I don't blame you if you had a trip to go down under. That's, I understand, a really long flight from anywhere in the United States to Australia, but anyway, wish we'd had better news. Obviously, the Trojans come up just short. Big thanks to our 6 senior football players for this 2025 season, alphabetical from last name. Spencer McCready, unfortunately, his season ended with that knee injury. I was talking to his folks, Kristen and Tim, rode with the McCreadys to watch his twin sister, Izzy, on the Fairfield High School volleyball team at West Liberty Tuesday night. But Spencer, just a real class young man. Certainly was disappointed couldn't play the football, but looking forward to being on the boys basketball team this winter. And Spencer, wish you all the best. And Kristen and Tim, thanks for the ride up to West Liberty. And I know they told me they're hopeful that Spencer will be able to play basketball throughout this upcoming season. Calvin McLean, he'll be on the wrestling team this coming winter. And Calvin he's a fiery individual, very aggressive, and just obviously contributed mightily to this Trojan football team. This season, 3-6, and oh my goodness, 1 possession losses to Centerville and Mediapolis. A lot of people would say officiating had a lot to do with Centerville winning that game at Trojan Stadium during non-district play, but you can't do anything about that. But just let's say 3-6 could have very easily been 5-4 or 6-3. 1 possession loss to Mediapolis. An emotional loss at homecoming in Washington after that tragedy of their situation with the young man killed in the hunting accident. And just can't say enough about Carson Ryan and the impact that the football team had in the honor of Carson that night that the Trojans played up there at Washington. And then, let's see, what was the other close loss? Let me think. There was another one, wasn't there? Oh, Benton Community. We were close at halftime. They ended up winning by a couple of touchdowns, 17 points, I guess it was, in the season opener to start 2025. But again, these seniors, I think, did a good job of nudging Fairfield in the right direction. We certainly thought tonight, could have closed out with a 4-5 record, 3 straight wins in the district, but credit to Mount Pleasant for being able to pull that out in the end. So after Calvin McLean, then we got Angel Quimby. Obviously, Angel didn't see the playing field a lot, but he had that after the game touchdown down at Fort Madison where they ran an extra play that didn't count, but it certainly counted big for Angel as he ran it to the, east end zone, I think it was, down there at Fort Madison High School. But Angel, he'll be around this winter, I think, with the wrestling program especially. But Angel, wish you all the best. Then we got Christian Rasmussen, and tonight I mentioned his name a lot. Of course, starting center throughout the football season, and he was the center last year, and just an outstanding job. Rarely did Fairfield have trouble between Christian and Voss Richardson as far as quarterback snaps are concerned, and even when they occasionally went to the shotgun formation, outstanding job. Christian tonight, I think, one of his best defensive games as far as the number of times I called him for being in on tackles. Nolan Smith, and again, going back to the officiating from the Centerville game, he had a pick from inside the Fairfield 20, took it away from Centerville, returned it all the way to the Big Reds, about 35-yard line, but they called roughing the passer on Fairfield. The Trojans sent the film to the officials at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. It was reviewed, and they said that should not have been called roughing the passer. Should have been an interception, long return for Nolan Smith. And I told Nolan, I said, in spite of what the officials said, tell your kids and grandkids on down the line you had an interception that was taken away in your senior season. And Nolan did have a fumble recovery later on this season, but just an outstanding job. I'm expecting him to be on the basketball team this winter. And finally, last but not least, Axel Starr, one of those, call him a Swiss Army knife type of player. Axel started the season as one of our tight ends, ended up finishing it out as an offensive lineman at a tackle position, also on the defensive line, got in a lot of tackles. So Axel Starr, we're looking forward to seeing what your little brother Corbin can do as a sophomore contributing this season. In fact, came on as a tight end in the last few games of 2025. So those are the 6 seniors. I know coaching staff led by head coach Matt Jones and the assistants certainly want to thank them for their contributions to Fairfield High School football. That Trojan coaching staff I mentioned at the top, Matt. You got Brian Dunlap, Nick Casca, Matt Schenk, Luke Perry, Mike Schenk, Ted Richardson, Terry Allison, and Steve Miller. I don't mention the managers enough. Samantha Lyons, Trinity Rowland, and Luke Thornton. I saw Luke up here. We got here early, about 4:30. That was mainly to let me drive in the gate so I wouldn't have to try to limp from long range with my bad back here tonight. But I said, what you need, Luke? Is nothing. He was just up here killing time in the press box. Team trainers, of course, Doc Hill, Adam Conalog, and Aspen Clark. And just wanted to thank everybody that helped contribute to the football program this season. Our activities director, Jeff Courtwright, thanks to him for the pizza and wings that he provided, breadsticks, before this football game tonight. As, again, he does that before each home game for the folks up here that work in the press box of Fairfield High School football. Well, that's a wrap for 2025. And like we said, so close to Fairfield making the playoffs as it looks like. Well, if Keokuk hangs on and beats Washington, if Fairfield would have hung on here, it'd be the Trojans instead of the Panthers going to the playoffs as the runner-up in this Class 3A district behind the outstanding Solon team. So we're going to wrap it up from Pearl Smith Field and Trojan Stadium. Big thanks to on-site producer and director Anthony A.J. Rowe. Keep in mind he does Jefferson County news and sports each weekday, 9 a.m., 1, 3, and 5 p.m. on 102.7 FM. 104.3, that 102.7. Where the heck was that? 104.3. I know what station it is. I just wrote down the wrong number. All right. Drop my pen. So we'll try to drop another pen. 104.3. And that's 9, 1, 3, and 5 weekdays, but also at AtumwaRadio.com where he types up stories for Jefferson County. That's Fairfield and Pekin sports, but also Van Buren County sports. He does a lot of reporting on them as, of course, he works with Shan Moquin on Van Buren High School. Started with baseball last summer, carried over to volleyball in the fall. We're not sure what AJ is going to be doing this winter, whether it's a possibility of Fairfield basketball or Van Buren basketball, or might not be doing anything except maybe going to games with me at the Fairfield High School gym. I think that's all I wanted to mention. Tom FM 97.7, KOTM right now has the Radio Iowa Scoreboard Show until 11:30 tonight. You can check in with that. They're going through the playoff scores from 8-player through Class 2A and, of course, the regular season wrap-up games in Classes 3A, 4A, and 5A. I want to thank Margie Gehring and Greg List, my leadership at Ottumwa Radio. Also, I should mention, what's-her-face? Sarah Jane and Donna in the front office. Ellis Kojo, big thanks to him for doing our pregame interviews with Matt Jones. All but 1 week. Matt one time stood him up homecoming week, but I was able to catch Matt here at Trojan Stadium and do that pregame interview. But that helped me out to have Ellis Kojo do those live interviews on KBIZ Friday mornings, and then we used them at start of our broadcast each week on the YouTube channel. I just hate to say goodbye, but we got to wrap it up and say goodnight, everybody. Once again, final score, Mount Pleasant defeats the Fairfield Trojans and goes to the Class 3A playoffs, 25-22, the final from Fairfield High School. Have a great weekend. Go Hawks, beat those Gophers. Keep Floyd of Rosedale in Iowa City, where he likes to be Iowa corn-fed pork. Keep that bronze pig in Iowa City. Good night, everybody, from